the place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? Why, that'd be just swell. Mandy, no ad. Good. Don't know what I've done. Hopefully. I know they're messing around with it at the moment. They're messing around with the ads and stuff like that. The hat, the famous hat, thank you. Yeah, they're messing around with all the ads and what have you, so expect there to be some lunacy going on. What's going on here? Hang on. Something's going a bit weird here. Something's going a bit weird. How are we? How are we? I've forgotten something. I know I have. I have definitely forgotten something and I can't work out what it is. Lights on, light off. Mic on, camera on, lights on, lights on. There's something and I can't work out what it is. Of course we will get to that point and we won't have a clue. Very northern. Where's your ferret? Personal question, that, Mandy. Never ask a northern man where his ferret is, lest you be shown it. Because they keep it in the trousers, don't they? A lot of people keep the ferrets in the trousers up north. Ask our Louise about that. She knows about all that kind of stuff. Being north. Proper northern, you know what I mean? Flat cap, whippets and clogs. Wax on, wax off. Yes. Or whites on, blacks off, Mr. Faragi. Which is what he wants to do, isn't he? Horrible, horrible bastard. Be nice, man. What a day. What a day. It's still light out there, it's still light. The sky looks amazing. Looks salmon pink. There's salmon pink and grey out there. It's amazing, gorgeous. And it's 8 o'clock at night and it's not dark. Isn't that good for the soul? Do you not think so? Do you not think it's good for you? It's good for the soul. Well, in a pocket anyway. In a pocket of the trousers. They put them somewhere, don't they? Not even sure it's in a pocket. They actually put them... there's a competition or some kind of game that people play. Either how many ferrets you can fit in a trousers or how long you can keep them in your trousers for. I don't know, I can't remember. Still pretty outdoors it is, it's very nice. Window open, I've been for a walk. If I hadn't been running around like a dickhead all afternoon, there may have been a stroke walk video because that's on my phone. So you will see one at some point in the next, I don't know. It might be tomorrow morning, early hours. It might be tomorrow afternoon. I don't know yet. But it's been recorded anyway. I need to check it to make sure it sounds okay. I was very, very short of breath. Very short of breath. Which is not good, is it? You don't need to be short of breath when you're bouncing around like a lunatic. Know what I mean, bro? Poor ferret, I know. Spending time in men's trousers. Poor wee things. They're still kept in the north, you know, as pets, ferrets. Because they're good for stuff like that. They're good for throwing down holes to chase things around. Heavy, very heavy breathing. It's the first outdoors walk of 2025. I've walked outside plenty of times, but what I mean by that is it's the first little loop that I used to do. The figure of 8 loop. First time in 2025. First time since about November, I think. Lovely, lovely. The sun was out, the sky was blue. Very few clouds. Bit of a cold breeze coming in from the Irish Sea, but apart from that, it was lovely. But very, very, very hard on the breathing. Wiring on the floorboards. The ferrets do that, do they? Do they just tie it round them and, I don't know, here boy, and he runs through? Never thought of that. Very smart. Very good thinking. Are ferrets any good at anything else? Is there anything else they can do? Is there anything else they would do? Are they willing workers? Or are they like, unless there's food in it at the end of it, I'm not arse, mate. Not doing this. Do your own wiring. Where would we be without them? Aye. I think I might have one. Right, this is very difficult to do with one hand. So. Beer Amaretti, 0. -1 lid. Opened live on air with the bear's paws. Keyring bottle opener. There you go. Not the best example on account of the fact that I can't use both hands properly, but, I could just about do that. Anyway, cheers. Oh, man. I have not had a beer in such a long time. That is really nice. I like that. And the perfect night for it as well. It worked without snapping. Can you see me? Now it wants to see me face, doesn't it? There you go. It worked. They work. I'm not sure how many you can do with them before they start falling apart, but a lot of these printed stuff, 3D printed stuff, seems to be very, very, very strong. There's a Swedish dude called Peter Lindgren, who you might have heard of. He's a famous YouTuber, and he 3D prints all kinds of stuff, and he has heavy tools hanging in these things that he puts on the wall. Really good, very, very strong. So I think the material that they use for this kind of stuff seems fairly good. That's all I'm going to say about it. But that's definitely a yay. Do you not think? I would think. Well done, whoever that was who I bought them from. Cheap as well, by the way. Very cheap. We got a good deal. We got a very, very good deal. It was a right Brucey bonus. What else? Yes, the is that why influencers put a hand behind what they're showing? They do. It's to cover the face. There is a thing that you can get on the camera. There's a setting which is called showcase, which will just automatically, whatever you put in front of you, it will go dial in straight on there. It'll focus on whatever's the nearest to the camera. But if you do that, as soon as you press, or as soon as you do anything with your hands like that, it starts going a bit weird. So what they normally do, they leave it on eye tracking and then just do that and cover the face and hold it in front of you. Yeah, so there's a stroke walk video about to be thrown out there. I did record some stuff last night. Jess's pre-birthday night out. Although she was feeling a bit worse for wear, And the first thing she said when she got into the car at 20 to 5 this morning, whatever it was don't be fucking vlogging. All right, I won't be. So I waited until she'd been dropped in the house before I started talking to the camera. And also, what else? Oh, Reason the Rhyme. Next episode has also been recorded. So I'm in that weird position at the moment where I've got 3 videos waiting to drop in one go. Which means I can take my time a little bit. Casper, good evening. Hope you're well as well. A bit weird. We like a bit weird, don't we? I like a bit weird. What else? What else? There was something else as well. Oh, I went round, so I had to drop my daughter's handbag off as well because she left that in the car last night. Being very drunk. Sorry, Dad. She had her head out the window, but she never threw up. I still had to clean the door because there was dribble on there, but no actual sick. So fair play to her. Her friend, on the other hand, was absolutely sober as a judge. But she is a lot older, about 12 months older, I think. But, you know, Jess will be 19 next week. She's 18 now, she'll be 19 next week. What were we doing when we were 18, 19? A lot worse than that, wasn't it? So, can't really moan, can I? She doesn't cause me too much. Know what I mean, bro? Know what I mean? Yeah, you indeed. I had the flash wipes out, making sure everything that was dribbled onto the inside of the car was cleaned and disinfected. And I should have got the car cleaned yesterday when I was out, but I didn't. And now it is absolutely caked in sand. Oh, man. Top of the sky where we are is blue. Heading out west, it's still pink. It looks amazing. Looks amazing, lad. I very almost did a Dennis Bird cam today because it was lovely. But I am tired. Obviously I'm tired. The clocks went forward. I got my phone call at whatever time it was, 4:30 this morning. I managed to pick her up and drop her off. I was back home for about 5:30. I didn't get to sleep till 6 this morning. And then woke up at 9, I think it was. Went back to sleep. Woke up. Went back to sleep again. Got up 2:30, 3 o'clock. Something bizarre like that. Exhausted. Exhausted. Then I had loads of work to do. Work. Oh my word. Loads of stuff to do for the stream. And for the channel. And I've done my walk as well. So I am proper full on shattered today. But stuff's been done. You were expecting a Dennis. It was really, really nice. Still a bit windy though, to be honest. It would have been a front garden Dennis. It wouldn't have been concentrating on the actual boys outside. But that will happen hopefully this week. Let's check the weather in the area. The weather this week looks, quite frankly, stunning. Monday, shite. Tuesday, pretty okay. Bit cooler though. What's the wind like Tuesday? Sound Tuesday, that looks good. Might do Tuesday. Wednesday, sun all day, not a bit of cloud. Moderate wind, that could be alright. That could be the one as well. Thursday's nice. Friday, also very nice. We've got good weather coming up for the next week. Hally ho. Piggly ding, no worries, get behind that bar, girl. What a night to be out as GMT became BST. I know, mate. I was expecting it to be late. I didn't realise it'd be as late as it was. Thankfully, Lucy looked after her, so she was sound. And I got her in the car, made sure to see Lucy go through the front door safe. Got out the car with Jess, made sure she got in the house safe. Locked that door behind me, says I. Checked it myself as well. So it was all sound. There are dark clouds, but you can still make out the pink sky below. It's lovely. It's just... because we're looking out towards the west on that side, you can see the light. It looks amazing. Looks stunning. I like it. I like it. It was windy, not now though. That's the only pain in the arse today. That was why I couldn't get out and properly do a dentist, because it was just a little bit too windy. If it just dropped a little bit more, it'd have been sound, but it didn't. How are you doing? Ali, oh. You put a new short up for my channel of the song choice. You were helped by Don. Oh, brilliant. Lovely. I'll check that as soon as I can. Ali, oh, thank you very much. Mucho apreciado, as they say in Japan. 30 pages off, finishing book 9. Book 9. Great stuff. You are absolutely smashing it. Yeah, absolutely, Casper. 2 and a night out is a good rule. There was about 8 or 9 of them, to be honest. I took 4 of them into town. I brought 2 home. I took 4 of them into town, one of which I brought home with Jess. I never took her. She was going late. Maybe that's why she was sober and everyone else was rattled. Stick with that, man. Anyway, I had the phone call this morning, or this afternoon rather. Hiya, Dad. Sorry about last night. Why are you apologising to me? There's no need for it. You didn't do anything wrong. No one lost an eyeball. Christ's sake, man. I'm never drinking again. Fucking shithouse. Power through it, man. Got an alky for a ma and an alky for a da. Power through it. Don't be doing that. But yeah, it's nice having at least 2 of them out. And the kids seem to be sound, to be honest. The ones who are going out. They don't get as pissed as we used to for a start. So yeah. Shocking to you. I still haven't got round to fixing all of these. Many apologies for the inconvenience, Mandy. But I have been busy, and you'll see how. See, that's an old one. I will fix it. Fair play with the steps. Thank you, Ali O. It was really good as well. Being out there today, I went out in the sunshine. Really nice. I was gutted yesterday though. I went down to the beach, and it was raining and it was cold and it was windy. I got out and managed to record enough for the reason, the rhyme. That was about it really. Beyond that I couldn't do anything. So it would have been lovely to have got out and walked on the beach, but that'll have to wait. That will have to wait. The kids aren't off school this week, are they? I'm off Tuesday. I'll see Jess, but I'll go to Waynesdale Beach and I'll take the good camera with me. And we'll see what happens. She said that before. She has. Never drinking again. Never drinking again. Bollocks. Yes, the picture that Casper showed of the sunset was absolutely lovely. The one where you've got the really long road with the sun at the end of it. Brilliant. It looks like an album cover. Very, very nice pic. We love that. Would you like a drink, Casper? A beer, a lager? That is a nice drop. A canny drop, as they say. Funny, the sun shines on Wednesdays and Sundays. Just 1 second. funny the sun shines on Wednesdays and Sundays. Well, we needed a song, didn't we? We needed a Mankman song. And I think funny the sun shines on Wednesdays and Sundays could be the basis of the next Mankman epic. Watch this space. It's too upbeat for 8 Mile Radius. There's got to be something going on for them. Something dodgy. The sunset was very beautiful. You'll have an Ali's choice. Ali, make your choice. Eight Mile Radius haven't brought anything out in ages, have they? They should do. I did come up with a little bit of instrumental music, AI instrumental music, which sounds really good. I don't know whether or not to try and extend it. I don't know whether to use the stems from it and mess around with it. I don't know whether to actually try and sing over the top of it myself, whether that'll work or not. I don't know yet, but it sounds really good. It sounds quite early Verve, space rock kind of thing, really good. And if not, it'll make a nice instrumental to go over a video. Mankman, that's your next project. It is. You need something to do, man. You need something to do. You know you do. You're never happier than when you're creating, whether that's with wool or with video format. So watch this space. I'll get working on the tune. The tune, man. Sure, you're looking fierce thirsty, so you are. Take a drink. That was Scottish, wasn't it? Take a drink. Take a drink. Go on, take a drink. No rest for the wicked, says Mandy and Jeff. I should sing. I will try them. I will try and do that. Means I have to write more wordage. Tom. Any word on Hose? On how he got on? I did speak to him during the week. It's hard to. He said it was hard to try and ascertain from a team's meeting how well it goes. You know what I mean? You can think it goes all right, and it can be shite. You can think you've done shite, and the people on the other end think that was brilliant. It's one of the best things you can do, actually, in interviews, is fuck up. Believe it or not. How you then get yourself out of that says a lot about what you're like for the job. I've done a lot of interviewing over the years in our place. And that was one of the things we used to look for. It's not about people being flawless. If they make a mistake, how do they rebound? Oof. That's not going to be the last one, that, by the way. I can feel it already. Steve-O needs to be out there because we have some Steve-O action. You haven't walled anything in ages. You've been too busy with the content creation, that's why. How did he get? We'll find out off our Tom to Tom. But he wasn't sure how to gauge it last time I spoke to him, so you never know, do you? It's a different world nowadays. Different being sat in front of someone. You can gauge the room a bit more. On a Teams call or a Zoom call or something, it's just so hard to work out. You can't really read people's body language because all you see is just that flat picture of them on the screen. Blame Jeff. It's always his fault. That's why Jeff exists. Jeff only exists because I cannot make mistakes. It has to be him. Know what I mean? Jeff, you devil. Stay away from the phone. Jeff, don't tell him that. He'll just go further and further, won't he? He likes to push it. Push it. Push it good. Well, push it real good. That'll give me permaband. Yeah, I don't know why. Why am I sneezing now? It's this time of night, isn't it? We'll close that. It's this time of the night, I think, because of a morning, the pollen rises, and then later on in the afternoon, evening, it starts to fall again. So you get it twice. What, Jeff? What's the jukebox done now? What's it done? Can you send me the video without the music? You can try. I don't know how well it'll look on screen because it's normally very, very jittery juddery. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. Very jittery juddery. But you can give it a go. Guitar bash. Jukebox Jeff. He's picking the tunes. Of course, Devil's Money. See? Speak of the Jeff and he will appear. Which he will do soon anyway, because it is Sunday after all. Ouch. Man. My arm's a little bit sore today. I need to push it a bit, I think. Push it a bit more. Make it crack. It's horrible when it does, but it opens up. I need to do that. I was trying last week with my hand on the steering wheel, my left hand. But it's just so uncomfortable trying to put it on there. My entire body has to lean forward and just... I look like there's something wrong with me because obviously there is. But you got to push through it, man. Got to push through it. You've got to push through this. It's there. It's always there. Kirsty, Haydock Keith. I think we know Haydock Keith. Haydock's only down the road from us. About half an hour drive. Near St Helens. St Helens. Heidi, name of my ex-wife. This is worrying me, this now. Haydock Keith and Heidi. What are they getting up to? Push it good. Well, push it real good. How was Oxford? Yes, how was Oxford? Was it fantastic? How were the Dreaming Spires? Were they fabuloso? You sent it. It's there. Right. See if this works now. Oh, biscuit. Ginger nuts. Oh, man, look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thank you, Ali. A cup of tea, ginger nuts, and the stream. What more can we ask for? Perfect. Oh. Is there going to be another one? I think the next one's just going to come out on its own, isn't it? Without even any kind of warning. My head will just explode again. Well, I'll shoot one of them. Thank you so much, Ali. I love that. That's what we need. Get the word out there. You still haven't done Jeff's ginger nuts. When you say you haven't done Jeff's ginger nuts, still haven't made them. Plus, I haven't bought any ginger nuts. I said I was going to buy some last week, didn't I? And I haven't. I've got fruit for later. What else have I got? I've got something for later as well. I can't think what. Something else as well. I'll find out later. Doesn't matter. Had to rebook for next week. I had to go to Manchester for the conference. He apologised. Completely forgot about it at the last moment. These things happen, unfortunately. Well. Jean-Jers crossed next week. It will be every bit as good as you were expecting it to be. Cheers. that is a nice booze. A nice booze. Got any booze for baby? You can't give a baby booze. Oxford, a very posh area. Very posh. It is. All the dreaming spires. The future of our country. The youth on bikes. What more can you ask for? Lots of long scarves. It's a long scarf city, is Oxford. I had friends who went there, Oxford and Cambridge. From a rough inner city comprehensive school, they went there. Because if you're smart, you can. Know what I mean, bro? I couldn't get my head round it, to be honest with you, all that stuff. All that university shite. Not my scene. I was too busy working. Looking forward to seeing it. Definitely take some pictures, as you should as well. Well, yeah, got to do stuff like that, Kirsty. You should do everywhere you go, to be honest, no matter where it is. Take people with you by osmosis. Jeff seems determined to use Welsh words in your chat. Jeff is a knobhead. I use a thing on my laptop called Tube Buddy, which is, I use it for putting like tags and things into videos, and it gives you a suggested video title compared to what you've put in. And for some reason, mine are always in Welsh as well. I don't know why. Do not know why. Maybe one day I will just use the Welsh title and then confuse everyone. Because it's like that. I can do that if I want. A glass of Kirk. No worries. Could Jeff have fallen in love with you, Mandy? Could he? Could you be fondling his cheekbones fairly soon, eh? Watch out for our Jeff. He's a heart stealer. Where is Uncle Steve? Hopefully he's around somewhere. We do have some Uncle Steve action soon. You haven't done a cola type drink either. It's a pub. There are billions upon billions upon billions of things to do, aren't there? You'd be surprised how much effort goes into all this. I am thankful that Mandy does a lot of this for me, to be honest. I'm looking at other streamers, right? Don't compare yourself to other streamers, but other streamers that I see don't have half the things going on that this stream does, and they have people, full-time employees doing it, paid to do it. Up until recently it was just me. Thankfully Mandy's doing loads of the on-screen assets, which really helps. Cheeky bones, or his cheeky bone, that too. Them cheeky bone. He's a naughty bad villain, as me ma would call him. Esther, how you doing? You wonder if peeps are still an hour behind? They could well be. But doesn't everything sort of move itself forward automatically these days? My car didn't, obviously. It's a 20-year-old car. My dad's car didn't. I will have to change that tomorrow. Remind me about that tomorrow. If he goes out and it's wrong, he'll go apeshit. And of course he can't change it himself. Nobody can. Yeah. All the smart TVs, I didn't check the actual clock. We've got an actual clock. I bought it. It's a nice clock, dead simple. Kids cannot tell the time on it, unfortunately. I was going to make a clock for an ear as well. I was going to make it from an album. Get a vinyl album. Get a clockwork thing. You can buy the clockworks on Amazon. Just put it through and then have white hands on black vinyl. Get a decent album. I don't know, Sex Pistols, Nevermind the Bollocks or something. And have it stuck up somewhere on the wall. I might do that. Esther, you always are. Oh, you're not an hour behind. You're an hour ahead, Esther. You are an hour ahead of us. We're an hour behind. It will be 9 p.m. or 9:36 p.m. where you are. 8:36 p.m. where we are. And it is dark, but heading out west, there's still light. A little bit of light in the sky. This is a beautiful time of the evening. If you live anywhere near the west coast of anywhere, this is the time of night to be out there looking. The colour in the sky is amazing. It's absolutely stunning. It's funny, I was watching someone else's videos the other day, and they were saying, I'm going to have to stop saying the word stunning. I keep saying it all the time. I know what you mean. Just can't help it though. That's what comes out, and it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Remind you what? I don't know. I have forgotten. Last night your mum kept telling you it was going back an hour. Kept telling her no, it's going forward. She didn't believe you, so you had to Google it. There's always a way of working that out, isn't there? Spring forward, fall back. That's how you remember it. Apart from the fact that it's autumn, not bloody fall over here. But yeah, spring forward, fall back. There you go. Does that work? Is that a mnemonic? I don't know, I can't remember. I seen a brilliant thing earlier on Reddit. I'm part of a stroke subreddit where people share the stories and what have you. And somebody's sort of drawn a picture of someone's head and a sieve, and then all these facts going into the sieve, and it's just coming out as just little bits of information everywhere. That's absolutely exactly what it's like at the moment. Real information goes in. The index card for that real information is there, but I can't find the rest of what I need. So even when I see people I've known for 30 years, who I've known really, really well, I know them not intimately in that kind of way, but I know them, I know the families, I know what they've been through, all that kind of thing, real close friends, and I can't remember the names. Just 5 minutes, and after that comes back, but it's bizarre. Is this the way to Amarillo? That's just, whenever I hear that now, I think of Max and Paddy off Phoenix Nights in the van with the Muslim elders. Key change. You should have UK time, makes more sense. Now you're in the same time zone as Ukraine, which is way out east. It is. Your head's always like that. Is it an age thing? Is this the problem as well when it comes with having a stroke? Most people who have strokes, not all, most people have their strokes when they're old. So they're already starting to lose memory anyway. And then the stroke on top of it just makes things worse. The southwest coast there is super flat, and you go there usually during the autumn. Seeing the sunsets as the giant flocks of blackbirds flying, a giant coordinated group of thousands. Call it the black sun. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. Wonder what the collective term is, or what, when starlings do it, it's called a murmuration. A murmuration of starlings when they all go in the air and it's coordinated. Amazing to watch. Beautiful to watch. I love the Boyds. The Boyds are lovely. They were bloody loud this morning though. About 5:20, whatever it was. It was still pitch black. Birds were kicking off, going apeshit. Wouldn't it be funny as well if they were all just shouting to each other, "Hey, see what time this bastard's coming home? That must be his daughter out all night." I wouldn't be allowing that. I would not be allowing that. It'd be brilliant if that's what they were talking about, but they aren't. I know you've always been like that. Some people, yeah, but you've got the other side of that. I think everyone's the same in this, by the way. You're either a names person or a faces person. My mum is amazing for names. She can meet someone once and then 30 years later, oh, that was when I was talking to John and Marjorie and the two kids, Mwengwe and Steve, whatever it is. Just, it's there, but face, well, he looks familiar, but I'm not sure. Whereas like me and my dad are more, yeah, I remember him. He used to come in the pub, he used to drink this, he used to have this kind of car. But we can't remember his name. It's weird. Europa should be at least 3 time zones. How far is the European time zone these days? Because I know the likes of, is it Portugal is the same time zone as us, but apart from that, Spain is an hour ahead. But because of where Spain is, parts of the UK are further east than parts of Spain. It's bizarre. And we're an hour behind them. It mecca the nos science. It does make sense business-wise, I suppose. 8 leftovers. Now you're after dinner dip. Play some metal to wake you up. There you go. Rollins Band Liar. That is a fantastic tune, by the way. It's not metal. It's pretty heavy though at times. Dead mellow until the chorus. And the video, if you get a chance, watch Liar by the Rollins Band. Henry Rollins was in Black Flag, which is a punk band. And he's a spoken word artist as well. Loves the gym. He has got the biggest neck I've ever seen on a human being. And he dresses up as Superman in the video. It's amazing. And it's a brilliant song. The lyrics are amazing. Check it out, man, you funk soul brothers. This ain't a song for the broken hearted. From Spain to northeastern Norway. That's a big stretch, that, man. That's the other same as me ma, great with names, bad with faces. I reckon genuinely you are one or the other. There's very few people who are brilliant at names and faces. If they are, they're a bit of a one-off, I think. Probably one of those people that remembers absolutely everything. An eidetic memory, whatever it's called. Know what I mean, bro? Know what I mean, bro? So the solar noon in our time zone spans from 10:40 in northeastern Norway to half past 2 in western Spain. It is on its arse. It's bizarre. You can understand it makes sense from a business point of view to have everyone doing the same business hours. But 20 to 11 or half past 2 in the afternoon is not the same. That's 2 different days for me. And then is it Russia, where they've got not only 1 hour time zones, there's some half-hour ones in there as well. None of it makes any sense. Or it all makes sense, I can't work it out yet. As the swelling in my knee calmed down, I'm wearing my knee brace at the moment, so I can't tell, to be honest with you. And I went out for a 20-minute walk earlier. But what I will say is this. As you can see, over my only a little target for the last 4 days, well, 6 out the last 7 days. That one on the Sunday last week, I did absolutely nothing, like 514 steps. You do more than that in bed. But I've upped my daily steps, which is helping, thankfully. Why am I keep getting notifications coming through? I don't need to know any of this. Bellends. So when I take it off later, we will find out whether or not it is swollen or whether it's okay. It might have swelled up because I was doing loads of walking, but I have got Voltarol, so I can fix it. If you're bad with faces, it's worse because people think you're a stuck-up cow while you just didn't notice them. Yeah, I get that sometimes. You never said hello the other day. When? I was in the supermarket. Was my head sorted down slightly? Yeah. Right, I was concentrating on not falling over. I wouldn't have seen you anyway. You were just going to ask how many. But it's good. It just shows me that at least I'm... Piggly ding next. Shows me that I'm upping the steps slightly. That's all it is. That's all it takes. Up them slightly. Keep upping them slightly until I feel uncomfortable or until I'm hitting something that looks like it's a decent amount. That's all you need, isn't it? You always recognise voices especially, but also faces. it is genuinely you one or the other. I think faces, voices, or names. Very few people get both. Mondo bizarre, dude. Others should say hello if you don't see them. It works both ways. Yep. But then you're also, well, I always get the same thing where I can walk past people that I know quite well because they're somewhere where I'm not expecting to see them. Like if I was in the local spa and one of the nurses came in. So I'm not used to seeing you in the spa. I'm used to seeing you in the hospital. So I just walk past them and not recognise them. And then I get halfway home and think, that was such and such. Because they're in the wrong place. And again, it also works with famous people at times. I'm sure I know his face. And then get home. That was him off the telly. But he wasn't on the telly. He also was in the spa. Or Duncan from Blue was on the train, acting like an absolute tit while he was in Hollyoaks. He was heading to London. I was getting me coffee and he was behind me with his mate, shouting loudly so everyone could notice them. Bell end. Got me coffee, went back, put my tunes on. Proper tunes, mate. I used to quite like that train ride. To and from there London there. Two hours and 10 minutes. It's not much, is it? 2 hours and 10 minutes to get to London. And our building that we don't have anymore was just round the corner. Euston Tower, Euston Square. Just round there, man. Quite handy. You could probably do that full time if the job was expensive enough, enough Dwayne Eddy's coming in. Tiring though, man. Long weekends. But nice. I'll have to have a word with me London mates when I'm starting to feel a bit more up for it. Go down and have a bit of a wander around. Not seen any of them in ages. Hope they're all alright. Combo face with voice works better because you then got 2 points of reference, and especially the voice with accents. I recognise him. I don't know where to recognise him from, and all of a sudden he speaks with a Scottish accent. That's Scottish Dave. So yeah, I recognise him now. If someone chats with you regardless of whether you know them or not, you will still chat, says the Irish lady. Of course you will. Famed for it. Anyone else want to get behind the bar? Let me know. We have Piggly Dinged. I might turn that up actually. You're good at both luckily, but it's not really a usable skill unless you need to play trivia with commercial voiceovers. It's a skill to have. Any skill that you have is a skill to have, isn't it? Know what I mean? Yeah, especially if the voice says, "Oi, ignorant, not talking to me." But you see, I'm lucky this way now. If I walk past someone, "You're not talking to me." "I'm sorry, I've had a stroke. I have absolutely no idea who you are. Explain who you are." And when they tell you who they are, "I'm only joking. I know my brain's knackered, but it's not that bad." See, it works. You can get around that way. Yeah, you never know. Any skill, anything that you can do that is a skill, it's a string to your bow, man. Donald, how's it doing? Are you going? How's things hanging, clinging to the edge of Europe? I was watching Auto Alex on doing a little bit of a, what would you call it? Adventure. A little bit of a trip. They bought 2 cars, him and Taylor bought 2 cars for under £200. Got on the ferry from Holyhead, which would be to Dunleary, won't it, in Republic. Went to Dublin, had a nice pint of Guinness each, and they drove across Ireland to Dingle, and then that was the most westerly point, isn't it? And then went to the most southerly point. That looks amazing. Genuinely. Just the scenery was absolutely incredible. The kind of thing where I'd end up having to stop the car constantly and causing traffic jams just to get out and have a look. Absolutely. There's one place they went to. The road goes down to the beach. There's like a little tiny little area of rock which acts as a car park, and you get off, jump off that onto the beach. You are literally on the beach. Seas coming in. There's sea stacks, rock everywhere. Absolutely incredible. You can see why so many films are made there. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. How's the squeaky toy faring? Still bright over there. It's a little bit Father John Misty. You are farther west to us, so it will be a little bit, won't it? But how nice is it having light till late? Having these late evenings. We can't be far away from a beach stream at some point. It's going to happen, man. Just up the temperature ever so slightly, and we will be there. Casper, you saw a Danish drama once and saw a girl that looked exactly like a boarding school mate. Everyone said no way it was there, and you thought, damn, you've lost it. Years later you found out it was her. There you go. You knew it. Go with your gut feeling, man. It's already dark in that there North Wales there. It is, but it won't be for long. Just watch. As the days go by, where are we now? We're in April in 2 days' time. Once we get to the end of April, it's going to be lighter and lighter and lighter, closer towards 8:30, maybe, something like that. You wanted to say it's nearly ladies' night and the feeling's right. Oh, what a night! But yeah, but you've got Casper and Donald, so we're all right. We're all right. We are all right. Squeaky cow is legless. Oh man. Ooh. Well, here we have it. The very, very west of Ireland. How gorgeous is that, man? Look at that. You can see a little bit of mist, definitely. Bloody beautiful, bloody beautiful. The colour as well. Hints of purple. Hints of purple. Who supported 8 Mile Radius in Toronto in 1972, obviously. It's a series called Follow the Money when showed in the UK. That sounds familiar. I haven't seen it, but I've probably seen it advertised or something. Cheers, Donald. Much appreciated, mate. That looks lovely. Yeah, too much doubt. Go with your gut feeling. If you think it is, then it is. Ladies' nights are mental. They are. I've worked many a night in the pub when it was just pretty much ladies. I say ladies loosely. Also, the ladies' toilets were always 100 times worse than the gents. Just saying. Doubt is very much ingrown in you. You need to get over that, man. Just go with it. Go with it. You know the score. Hardcore, man. The mist doesn't show up well on camera. Do you know what? It never does, to be honest with you. I went out one morning to pick my daughter up and take her to work, and I could barely see the length of myself. The fog was just insane. I had to drive really slowly because you couldn't see anything, and I filmed it. And when I got home and went to upload it, it looked like a summer's day. It was ridiculous. The cameras they're too good these days. They see through everything. Up the workers. They are, do you know what? They really are nice. I like them. I miss having a beer. I was thinking about it the other day. Been watching quite a few videos of people going to the new stadium. I thought it's going to be weird going to the brand new stadium and not having a beer to try and christen the place. Do I do it, or do I stick with the fact that I haven't had a drink? It's not a massive deal drinking after a stroke. Drinking too much after one is. But having a beer or something isn't that really much of an issue, but I don't know. I don't want to push it. I'm quite happy not having a drink. I don't want to fall off the wagon and suddenly find myself back in the same shit that I was in. But I want to have a pint at the new stadium as well, so I don't know. A last pint at the old stadium, a first pint at the new stadium, I don't know, man. Would that be weak of me doing that? Is there any need for me to do that? Is 52 years of going to watch Everton at Goodison not worth a beer? I don't know, I can't work it out. It's going to take more thinking, I think. Yeah, worked as a janitor for 7 years. The women's jacks were always 100 times worse than the lads' jacks, because the lads just go in and have a pee, don't they? Goes everywhere, but they just go in and have a pee. With women, there was always toilet roll discarded everywhere. There was products, feminine hygiene products, perfumes, creams, unguents, all kinds of stuff. It was just, the place was always constantly covered. Just horrible. But there was carpet in there, so during the winter when it was freezing cold everywhere else, I'll go and do the ladies. Lovely and warm. Definitely should be looking at me length whilst driving. Well, someone's got to, haven't they? Speaking of which, no, not that. The sunset streams will start again soon. Will the dogging start soon? Will people start wandering up to me? Hello, what are you doing? I might, during the streams, I might take a second camera with me and just point it towards the car park and show you the difference in what happens once it starts getting darker. All the cars disappear, the two-seaters, the Ford Mondeo disappears, and it's always replaced by an estate car, an SUV, and some of the motorhomes. The shaggin' wagons. Good job you never said anything about the epic tune because it disappeared. What tune was it, man? You have Lion's Tay. Oh, Lion's Tay is lovely. They'll do 0% beers at old and new. I've not seen them at the old stadium, to be honest with you. But then again, when I go to the ground, I have my coffee. Oh my God, I'm having coffee. Found pads stuck to the back of the cubicle door. Oh yeah, it's not good, is it? Manhole covers. Rather covered in potions than pee like the gents. You can hose the gents down. You can't with the ladies. Steve-O, sorry I late you're watching a MotoGP live from, is that Circuit the Americas in the US of A? Disgusting, feckin' disgusting. A bucket of Lion's Tay now. Has this been fixed? Have I done this? Can we see whether or not this works? It is. It's a bucket of tea, not just a bucket of tea. It is an updated bucket of tea with the Bears Paws branding upon it, and with some slightly more Celtic writing, I thought. There's your bucket of tea. Bucket of Lion's Tea. Yep. Hello, Steve-O. Helen, the Norfolk correspondent, do remarkable work in the field. And our Ruby. How's our Rube getting on after being spayed last week? Is she alright? We did see her. We will see her again tonight. Just saying. COTA, come on the... I'm not sure I want to find out what that is. Who's this? Thought you forgot to change the clock. Oh, the tune was A Flock of Seagulls. I need to add that to me 80s. I've got an 80s list I was listening to last night, which is fantastic, man. Yes, the pads that you find weren't shoulder pads. We used to find them all the time as well. Tampons on door handles. Thought you found a crime scene a few times because of the amount of blood. Yes, unfortunately. Found that myself a few times. You think there's just no need for it whatsoever. No need. Disgusting. Marlene, says Jeff. Says Jeff. You're thinking of quitting alcohol. Not that you drink, yeah. It's always in the back of your mind that you don't want to end up like your dad. Gave up fishing, football and his family for alcohol. It is not good when you become too over-reliant on it. Whether you're an alcoholic or not. Something I've thought about. I don't think I was an alcoholic. I didn't wake up thinking about where my next drink is coming from. I could go days without drinking, without even looking at it twice. So I don't think it was... I physically needed it. I think it was too much of a reliance on it and too much of a habit. And even so, if a doctor said to me, doesn't matter, that makes you an alcoholic, I wouldn't even argue in the slightest. Because I had too much of an over-reliance on it. Whether that's mental, habit, or physically needing it, doesn't matter. So, it's not good. If you can take it and keep yourself sensible, it's not an issue, but it's too easy, isn't it? Too easy to fall into that thing of it's Monday, first day of the week, first working day of the week. I'll get a bottle of wine because it's Monday. Get myself over the first day. Tuesday's sort of like Monday. I'll have a bottle of wine. Wednesday it's Hump Day. We'll celebrate Hump Day. Thursday is just Brown Friday, isn't it? As brown as the new black. Thursday is the new Friday. Friday it's the weekend, and then you get hammered, and then you're back to Monday. Well, or Sunday. Well, Sunday, I've got the Sunday blues. I can only get over the Sunday blues by having a few bottles of wine. It's just not good, is it? If you can, do it. If you feel better for it, stick with it. If you can't, at least cut it down. Not that you drink, so you're probably all right, aren't you? Fun times, exactly, yeah. What did I want reminding of? I don't know, remind me. How do I know? My brain exploded, like. Met some interesting people from all over the world. That's the greatest thing, isn't it? One of the best things about being in the pub was the people that you meet. Strange ones. We had Shane Cooper. I know, yeah. The Shane Cooper. No one here's got a bleeding clue, that is. He was a scrum half, I think, or a hooker. Not that kind of hooker. For St Helens Rugby League Football Club. And when we had, then it was in 1991, was that when the British Open Golf was at Birkdale? He was in our pub, and he always looked like a little fatty. And yet when I seen him in the pub, he was chunky. There was no fat on him whatsoever, but he looked hard as nails. Proper rugby league lad. Andrew Lancel, the actor, was always in the pub. The mate of my dad's. And he'll have a spare charger in the area. Loads of famous people used to come in. The bass player from Echo and the Bunnymen used to come in the pub all the time, Les. He's now a tree surgeon, I think. Your dad would have a period of months drinking non-stop and then have a day of 15 beer, next day 10, next day 5. Then not drink a few weeks. Just talked about like that was the done thing. People can do that. Other people can't. Other people just can't go a day without drinking. The pub too, yeah. Worked in a national park. Fucking hell, man. National park. I'd love to work in a national park. Apart from the hay fever. Field from all over the world. Oh, Donald.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It's there. 15. Level 15. Lovely stuff. Oh shit, what have I done there? Just pressed something and everything's disappeared. That's not good. That, my friends, no es bueno. Don't do that. Don't do that. Everything disappeared. Have the cats eaten the charges? How are the cats? How are the kitties? Are they all doing all right? Are they thriving, surviving, or barely alive? It's got to be one or the other. Around for the house, there you go. Like a hole in one, around for the house. Louvely Jubilee. Jesus, man. I need to talk more. I'm obviously not talking enough because my throat's going knackered. Most do that because they run out of money. My dad was the pub owner. Ah, right. I heard someone saying it was like having the wolf herd the sheep. There you go. Exactly. Not good. What else? What else? Oh, my dad went to Wrexham today to watch Wrexham ladies playing. One of the girls who plays for Wrexham, he taught to drive. She used to play for West Ham as well in the Women's Premier League, so good player. But she's at Wrexham at the moment, so she's only down the road. Stays in contact with him, like a lot of his pupils do. Most kids, when they pass the test, they delete the driving instructor's number, don't they? No. All his lot just keep on sending texts. How are you? How's the family? Just brilliant. Says a lot for me dad as a man, I think, though. Esther, what would you like to, Bevy? Cats are good. As far as you know, they haven't eaten the charges yet. We need cat spam. Jeff, you fecker it is. Jeff is an absolute fecker. Mandy, you don't know what you want to drink. Surprise you. Boo! What do you want? There's got to be a bevy, lad. What are you having? What are you having? Cocktail for Mandy. A cocktail. A Kipper's Red. It's always the lid. It's always the lid. Look at the lid, man. Kipper's Red. Lovely stuff. Anyone seen Severance? I've not seen that. Is that with the twatty brother from Step Brothers? Can't remember his name. Good actor. He plays an absolute bastard really well. Must be so bleak to witness. Absolutely. Yeah. Done security in the casino. It must be. The amount of people it is the people who lose money and you having to kick them out because they're not allowed to be in there anymore because they've got no money. Just horrific. And yeah, I couldn't do that. Horrible, isn't it? Sounds like someone peeing. Adam Scott. That's the one. Adam. It is, isn't it? He's the bastard of a brother in Step Brothers. That's a great film, that. Step Brothers. Hung around the place for a few hours one day, witnessed someone lose 27 grand in 2 hours. That is just horrific. Louise, Lulu Bellatini, just joined the chat, but now you're off to the loo. Evening Hall. Is the loo at Advanced Base Camp? Because that's about 30,000 feet further south, isn't it? How's things 38,000 feet up on Mount Pendle? How are you doing? Shocking. Ali's turned into Roy Keane. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. You need the Ajax shirt to match the Kipper's Red, but it's too bloody expensive. All football shirts are. Unless you go on classicfootballshirts.co.uk where you can buy some cheap ones. No. Well, we'll give it a sec for Louise to get back from the toilet, and then we'll start we'll start looking at some video. I don't mean of air in the toilet. Jesus, not that bad. Jesus. Mad. This Stream Deck is absolutely insane. How is it developed to the point where I'm going to have to count all the buttons I use during one stream? It's mad. You'd love to have 27 grand. It'd be nice to have 27 grand to be able to spare, knowing that you could lose it. I don't think I'd be risking that at all. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, and your man threw it away for nothing. Back, it was the beer that Esther ordered. It was the sound of flowing beer made Lulu Bellatini head for the hills, which in her case is down rather than up, isn't it? Blame Mandy for that. Mandy made it, not me. If you pee yourself, it's that Welsh woman who did it. Someone saw one on AliExpress, cheap but short sleeves. You want long? Definitely worth checking out. classicfootballshirts.co.uk. You might be able to find one on there. Much better. You know, a billiard tournament in your dad's pub once, and the guy spent 11 hours on a fruit machine. You know how they work. Your dad showed you as a child. You never play one. They're called a one-armed bandit for a reason, aren't they? Because they are bandits. They might say they've got a payout of 78%, but it doesn't work as easy as that. You're going to order on purpose. Evil. Yeah, Jeff, stop pissing around with the phones, man. It was the only sound they had. Finding free sound effects is so difficult these days. It's ridiculous. Everything's copyrighted. Stupid. I mean, I couldn't take a picture off the internet of the town that I live in because someone's copyrighted it. But I can get in the car, drive to the exact same space that they stood and take the exact same photograph with the exact same phone, the exact same camera, and I can put it up. So what's the big difference? It's fucking stupid, man. The one-armed thief, same thing. A bandit is a thief, yep. A great sound, but a bit of a Pavlov. Cruel trick to play on an old woman. None of us are old in here. Stop this stuff. We're not old. We're experienced. We're worldly wise. We're not old. Not having that. Not having it. You can set the payout to 60 or 70%, wherever percent you like. Not in the UK, you can't. Bandits, fruit machines have to be a certain percent by law, and it has to have written on it how much it is. If it's like 73%, it has to have a sign on there. It can be above 73, but you have to say exactly how much the percentage is, and it has to be on there, and it has to be above a certain level. If it isn't, you can end up in a lot of trouble. Not just the pub or the betting shop that has them in, the people who also provide them, who you rent them from. Mature, Louise, mature. Exactly. We're not old, we're mature. We have miles on the clock. We're running. That's what we are. We're classic, like classic cars. We're classic people. It's lovely stuff. Throat, man. How's the hens? Donald, how's the hens? Have they gone to bed? Or are they all running around looking for a better cock? Aye. Okay, mature woman with an old woman's bladder. No. It's the power of suggestion. That's all it is. The power of suggestion. It's easy being suggestive on here. Right. Our Steve-O has made an appearance. I think he should make another appearance, don't you? Don't you?
This is where I've been repairing the front. Just repairing the top half, top railing, so it's a little more safe. Beautiful cottages around us, all holiday lets. Now I'm having to cover what I've done today with wet hessian because the sun's drying it out too quick. Guess who? Over her up. There you go. Like I was saying, from the other side, it's just a little road. And I've just been capping it off old flints with new lime. Wet hessian to stop it going off too quick. Now you know as much as I do. Hello my beauties. I thought I'd give you some idea of what I've been doing this week. Not too much, but where I've been doing it is beautiful. Hey people, what do you think this is a view? The wall I repaired 2 years ago, and I'll come back to repair some on the front, but that's a view and a half. That is Cley Marshes. Cley spelt C-L-E-Y, as in clay, but pronounced Cley. And they go right round the corner to Weybourne and all the way along. You probably can't see right at the distance is Blakeney Point, where all the seals are. Worst places to work in.
Wasn't that fantastic? Why would you want to work in an office when you can be outside in the sunshine with rubes running around your feet, looking out at a view like that? Absolutely amazing. Cheers for that, Steve-O. Glorious, glorious. Love it, and the work looks amazing as well. It is stunning. All right, we are going to use the word stunning because it is. What a beautiful view. Yep. Beard needs a trigger warning. I feel less of a man now. I can't grow a beard like that. This disgraceful behaviour. Disgraceful behaviour. And I'm lucky just in time. There you go. You're on telly. You're on telly. Yeah, it's quite the spot indeed. It is beautiful. So nice. Fantastic view. Wows indeed. Far better looking than London. Different to London, that's what it is. London's a beautiful city as well, but it's nice to be able to look over fields and out to the horizon, I think, rather than being constantly surrounded by concrete. Which you can do in London, can't you? There's loads of parks, you can go and have a wander. Go up on Primrose Hill, have a look out. Bit nice. Bit flatter than where you are, of course, of course. Not everyone can live 38,000 feet up in the air, Louise, surrounded by yaks and Sherpa. But that's the beauty of it as well. If you have a look at all the people that are in this stream, have a look at where they live. It's all different, but everywhere is absolutely beautiful. And we like seeing it. So more of you, send more in. Couldn't grow a beard like that if your life depended. I can't. I can do sort of scraggly, just got out of jail kind of look. That's about it, really. I could do it at Chas and Dave, really, couldn't I? Get rid of some of this. Bit of Just for Men. Nah, no Just for Men on the beard. Don't look like Noel Edmonds, do you? Weirdo. The trees with the blossoms in the garden as well. Beautiful things. Next door's got a cherry blossom next door to us, and it was really windy yesterday, and I could swear for about 20 seconds I thought, it's snowing out there. It isn't, it was cherry blossom. It's amazing. But Turtley amazing. Turtley. Your view is of a train track. I will have seen that view on many an occasion, I would have thought. Kirsty, is that where the West Coast comes into Euston? Is that what that is there? That is due north. Right, so there's nothing there until you hit Norway. There is literally nothing. Isn't that fantastic? Literally just the North Sea until you hit Norway. If Rubes needs a babysitter, you are available. Business card sorted out. Yep. Picture sent from Donald. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Hang on. Why is it not working? Maybe because... There you go. That's why, because earlier on something happened, wasn't it? When everything went off, it dropped down. But there you go. Many apologies for the inconvenience. You could grow a beard like that when you were 10. I'm almost 52 and I still can't. Ridiculous, isn't it? What a beautiful, beautiful looking Hannah mule. Gorgeous. Look at those eyes, man. The London Underground. You know why it's called the Underground when most of it is above ground, yes. It was broke, but it wasn't. Right. It's the weird thing, this. Normally, a sort of a window view, you can minimise the window and OBS will still show it. With this, if it minimises, then you can't see it. And because I pressed something earlier on and everything dropped down, it wasn't working. It should be working now though. We'll try it again, look. See there, it's working. Working. There's our Mustafa. Our Molly. Yep. Mental Molly. I wouldn't say mental Molly. A fine hand too. A fine hand. A grand looking hand. Not remotely camera shy. No. Straight in there. Yeah. What are we doing? Throw something for me. Send Molly and Ruby if you need a babysitter. There you go. Yeah, be careful, it might happen one day. I'm sure she'll be happy with that. It's nice having animals, isn't it? My sister had a dog that used to come round here all the time. Mad Frankie. Absolute psychopath of a dog. Couldn't go out into the back garden unless it was on a leash by law. The council or whatever it is, not allowed outside without being tied up, man. But loved us, used to come round, act like a lunatic. Unfortunately, no longer with us. I miss him. Mad Frankie. He was a bastard for everyone apart from us. Loved coming round here. Destroyer of Squeaks, there you go. Game of Thrones name, Molly Destroyer of Squeaks. How's our Ellen? How's our Ellen doing? You're alright? How are you in yourself? Any bacon? I remember playing footy matches at 16 and some of the guys you played against would have full grown beards. Yeah, I've done that as well. It was so strange. They looked like proper full grown men. But then they were always... never had the full man strength, if that makes any sense. So they looked like they should be going to IKEA of a weekend and buying sheds and stuff, but then they were just kids with beards. But an Indian, an American Indian, not Navajo kind of, like India from India, but grew up in America, so he had an American accent. Afros Ritzvi, who at the age of 14 had a full moustache, which was insane, man. But then there's a few lads had facial hair at that point. I still couldn't grow any at that point either. But I still looked at 18 plus. Says a lot for me really, doesn't it? Sure, you're all grand. We're all grand. Ruby Roo is a destroyer of balls. I should hope not. I should hope not. Sounds very painful. Near bars. Near bars. Want to stop saying bars? That is a good pint. He's gone to the toilet. Oh, disappeared to the toilet again. Looks like it, doesn't it? You never ordered. That means I might have to soon as well, mightn't it? I've had a beer in ages. Everything makes me pissed these days. I mean, I have, for every pint of tea that I have, and I have plenty of pints of tea during the day, it's like 6 pints of piss comes out. Don't know where it's coming from. You'd think, wouldn't you, that I'd be about 2 stone. Like a husk, but no. Still here, cheek. Still around. What's the view been like from the top of Mount Pendle? There's a lot going on. The weather's going to be great, isn't it? Bet it's going to be amazing. Being on the fells. I am so jealous. Watched another couple of videos this week of people wandering around the Lake District and the Yorkshire Dales and things. Man. In the sunshine, even though it's still not fully kicked in yet. It was nice, wasn't it? A couple of days ago. Just having people wandering around, man. Beautiful, bloody beautiful. We'll see if Louisa's beer is on the button or not. It should be. It isn't. Right, give me a second to work this out. Give me a second to work this out. What button is that? Viz Assets 2. Viz Assets 2. There you go. It isn't. Something's happened. That's a pain in the arse. It should have done. I'm sure I fixed that earlier. Oh, Right, give me a second. Give me a second. We'll try it again. We'll try it again. Right. If you eat oranges or grapes, it makes you pee a lot. There's plenty of liquid in them, obviously. It was wild this morning, really windy. Turned out nice again. Very George Formby, yeah. There you go. There you go. Do you want to flirt with that, love? In case you missed that. Do you want to flirt with that, love? 2 flakes. Curry like Jimmy 2 flakes in it though, bro. Know what I mean? Yes. Sorry, Mandy. I don't know what I've done something earlier on with that and it just hasn't worked properly. But hopefully that's it now, it's sorted. Like a Manchester postman. Right. I'm pressing buttons live here, by the way. It could all end in tears. Could all end in tears. Windy there too, but you love that as long as you're not on your bike. Not good to be riding on your bike in the wind. Isn't there a race in the Netherlands? Into the wind. There's a name for it. I can't think what it's called. Can we find that out? It'd be good if I could spell Netherlands, wouldn't it? Yes, the Dutch Headwind Cycling Championships. This exists. This actually exists. Which is the tegenwind fietsen, against the wind by cycling. Genuinely. If you think I'm joking, check that out. Dutch Headwind Cycling Championships. That's an actual thing. Isn't that weird? But brilliant. You like the wink, not sure about the turd in your beer. They're flakes, man. There's 2 flakes. The wink looks weird because it's not hair eye. I'm sure it can be touched up, I'm sure. But it also looks very pausey, doesn't it? There's nothing about the pause which is polished. Apart from maybe the bar. That's about it, really. Got so windy there that you were pulling wheelies going backwards. Proper windy. And we don't get any more winter weather before autumn. It's still around 0 degrees at night. That's still too cold. Wind tegen er, isn't it? Wind tegen fietsen. I think you saw a Tom Scott video on the Dutch Headwind Championship. Probably Tom Scott made some videos on pretty much everything, didn't he? Is he still away from YouTube or has he come back yet? It exists. You've got loads of idiots. No weirder than chasing cheese down a hill. I know. We're all weird. That's the good thing. We're humans. Surely a recumbent bike would work well in a headwind. It would. Wouldn't you be banned for doing that though? There's got to be a certain... You couldn't have everything just completely and utterly lying down like that fella who did in the Tour de France. Just lay on his stomach, on his stool, his seat. I'm losing my mind here. And flew past people because there was no air drag on him at all. The world has gone mad. That was a nice booze. And a nice booze. I like a nice booze. You have the Naked Mile at Roskilde Festival every year. Very nice. Whose wheels were you pulling? Who were you tugging? It could be something the Dutch do. You are called kaaskoppen, cheeseheads, but there's not a lot of places in the Netherlands to practice running downhill with cheese, is there? Cheeseheads are also, is it the Green Bay Packers? American football team, their fans are called cheeseheads. I wonder why. Is it them? Might not be. I haven't got a clue. I don't watch that. I was watching the rugby league today though. Wow. Wigan, man. Fantastic. There's a lad playing for him called Junior Nsemba. If he's Junior Nsemba, I would not like to bump into Senior Nsemba. But 6'6", built like a brick shithouse. Can run the 100 metres in about 3 seconds. Couldn't tackle him with a bull, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Finns have the wife carrying championship, where you can win your wife's weight in beer. So that's where you've got the yin yang, isn't it? Do I go and marry a bigger girl because I get more beer, or a lighter one because I'll be able to win, and I'll be able to win some beer at least? Don't forget the naked bike ride day. Yeah, that goes through London, doesn't it? Which is weird. Because if you were just on a bike without any clothes any other time, you'd be put on a register, wouldn't you? That's apparently what's happening with people who streak at sporting events, because there's kids in the crowd. It's classed as a actual offence. You have to be put on a register. So don't be getting your Albert Dock out at the footy, otherwise, you know, sign. Stretch Armstrong. That reminds me of the 12th of July, Orange Lodge Day. Because the lodge all come to Southport, we had loads coming in our pub. And one of our locals, Mick, used to live a couple of doors down, and he was into his cycling. Fella in his like mid to late 50s, fully clothed out wearing lycra. Men in the 50s shouldn't be wearing lycra. And some of the lodge lads, our mates, okay, now look at him there, look at Fudge Armstrong, look at the fudge on Fudge Armstrong. So his nickname for a while afterwards was Fudge Armstrong. Terrible behaviour. As soon as I see that name, it just brings back those memories. Horrible. You could almost see what religion he was, know what I mean? Just chasing cheese, no hills needed. You'd lose your seat. You need a seatectomy. Oh man, not good. Rally is huge in Finland, it is. Fast cars on narrow roads through the forest. The Finnish are the best in the world as well, aren't they? Classed as sort of the best drivers in the world. To pass your test in Finland, you don't just go on normal roads. They have to take you into winter conditions so you can control a car in skids and stuff like that. Brilliant. All the Nordics are really good at rally, but the Finns especially. Pentti Rickler and Tommy Mäkinen, and who else is there? Loads of them, man. Pentti Rickler, Avi Vatanen. There are loads of them. Really, really good. Top jockeys, lid. Top jockeys. Ali, what are you pulling? Careful. Don't want it to snap, do you? Or get so pulled that it loses its elasticity. Used to tease your well-endowed friend that he couldn't ride a bike because he would get tangled up in the chain. That sounds painful, man. That's worse than a zip, that, isn't it? The Scandi flick, yep. If anyone doesn't know what that is, if you watch rallying, it's where they turn in before the turn. Just turn in slightly that way and then side it until you go round the corner. Bit of Scandi flick. attempted by many a half-wit around roundabouts in the UK, normally near McDonald's. A Scandi flick this on the way home, they don't. In the lowered 1.1 Vauxhall Nova with the big coffee can exhaust on them, with the bangs and crackles map on the ECU. Heap of shit, Mo. Lad, go on it, lad. You've got sand sculpturing competition there every year. Folks around the world come and make these insanely. They are amazing, aren't they? We've seen some of them before. I think the Netherlands have them as well, as do some of our coasts have them as well. Some very, very, very talented people doing them. Any baking updates? I am starving now, man. There's also an ice one. Very nice. Ice, very nice. There was no traffic lights or roundabouts in the town. You're testing the nearest motorway 70 miles away. I am presuming then that you never went on the motorway. You're never too far away from a motorway in this country. And you can do your Pass Plus afterwards, where you get taken on a motorway and then get a certificate, and apparently your insurance comes down slightly from about £5,000 a week to about 4.5. No bacon recently, unfortunately. Ellen, come on, lass, sort it out, will you? Your bacon is sound, girl. Your bacon is sound. Cakes are heavy, man. Proper heavy. Every Scandinavian, drifting never hurt anybody. It didn't. And if you drift well enough, you can avoid moose and elk and other things. Drifting, yeah, going sideways in your car, or going round a bend sort of sideways, just on the edge of being out of control. I should say the edge of glory there. That's nothing to do with that at all. Steve lied. Evil. Don't be lying to our alley. You had chicken, bacon and mushroom and leek pie for your dinner today. Right, so it's not cakes, but it is bacon. Very nice. Very, very nice. Sounds a very Scouse pie, that, doesn't it? There's chicken, there's bacon, there's leek. You've got some big long beaches on Rumu that you can drive on, and people really go all out. Can't say that you've done it. Can't say you haven't done that. It's awesome. There you go. We haven't got that. We have to be careful. The nearest motorway to our Steve-O is the M1 near Amsterdam. That sounds 100% legit. I'm sure I've heard that before. Isn't that stupid? It really is. Drifting is a driving manoeuvre where the driver of the car intentionally steers too much, causing the car's rear tyres, or sometimes all the tyres, to lose their grip on the road. Throwing the back end out. Giving it the hinds. It's a driver's way of squeezing thrill from a very unusual and unsafe driving manoeuvre. It is. It's sound. Go somewhere, go on a track and do all the drifting you want. What you don't want is what I've seen recently by us, by the little Mackies. The little roundabout by Mackies. There's kids everywhere and there's people in cars drifting it round there who are not in control of their cars because they're not good enough. They're not good enough drivers. And when horsepower outnumbers ability, you are in trouble. Drifting, very, very popular in Japan. It is. There's a whole subculture in Japan about it. They love it. There's even the film, isn't there? Tokyo Drift. Because that's what they do in Japan. Nissan Skyline's famous for doing that. Very good car. Went on motorways, but not for the test. You don't go on your test over here on the motorway, but afterwards you can take your Pass Plus, where you will go on there with your instructor. And they teach you how to do it. First roundabout you went on had traffic lights on it. Oh man. Peak rush hour, that's the best time to do it. If you can do it then, you can do it at any time. Dropping Ruby off at about 8 in the morning. Just off the M1 motorway near Amsterdam. You'll be there, won't you? Yeah, man, yeah, I could picture Helen digging Steve in the ribs, one elbow. Oi, bollocks, I baked pie today. Tell him straight, Helen, tell him straight. Yeah, they have manga and an anime to do with drifting. It's a huge part of culture over there. And some very, very talented drift drivers who come over here to show off their abilities. I know they'll have some transformation down at Petrol Hedonism in Wembley, aren't they, today? This weekend. I'm sure there's drifters go down there as well. You think your nearest motorway was the M25? No. Ours is the M6, isn't it? Obviously the glorious M6. I think mine is anyway. I think the M6 is closer than the M57, M58 anyway. The M25, the road to hell. I've only been on there twice. Three times, sorry. The road that Chris Rea wrote Road to Hell about, because it is the road to hell. Yeah, we'll have a chat about your insane timing. 8 o'clock in the morning is not an Esther time, is there? You are so close, man. Here you go. You knew it, Mandy. You could spy it yourself. You've seen what happened. A dig to the ribs. Oi, oi, oi. Tell him straight. Tell him straight. And initial D is about drifting as well. It depends on who you're getting the text from, to be honest with you. If someone's sending you the D, it's not necessarily about drifting. Tom to Tom, Tom, Tom. Can you hear us? Holy man. Just checked over with the 6,000 people on Twitch. There's not 6,000 people on Twitch. There's no one over there, so it's not him. In a straight line, you're over 100 kilometres closer to Steve than Steve is to John O'Groats. That is mental. Menks. It's the M65 near you. Oh, sorry, of course it is. Oh, that's spoiled it now. I hate that. Should be the M6. Yeah, of course it is. That's just down the road from here anyway, that. I was looking the other day, it was Henry Turner was in the Forest of Bowland. He'd stopped off in a place called Ray. That's where he parked his car. So I was having a look where that was. That's not too far away, that. You could have walked to the Yorkshire Dales, you could have walked to somewhere else. Just mad how close everything was. Beautiful, man. 65 is not too far away from that, is it? If I remember rightly. Look it on map. It's been a while since I was anywhere near that area. I think the furthest I went in that direction was Blackburn, or Darwin even, really. Blackburn Rovers is in Darwin, isn't it, rather than Blackburn, on the A666 in a pub called the Fairnest outside the ground. Stupid how close that is, though. I'm going to have to go there at some point. He's a good lad, is Henry. And it looked beautiful, man. It looked beautiful. Not many trees for a forest, but then he explained during the video. Forest back in the day didn't mean trees. It meant hunting, a place to hunt. A lot of places where they hunt have trees in them, so we've just come to call them forests. Ain't that mad, bro? Ain't that mad? Looked lovely, though. And someone else was in Yorkshire Dales, which also looked amazing. Sunny. Lots of beautiful villages, and then just and looked almost endless. Hills, dales, fens. Beautiful, man. What a country we live in. It is mad. Oh, Tom is making preparations for Mrs. Tom's birthday, maybe, or busy with the new job. We have to hear from him how it all went. he wasn't sure how the interview went when I spoke to him just on Blue Sky this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the job will be sorted and Mrs. Tom will have a fantastic birthday. We're following the lad Matthewson rallying this year on YouTube. Oh, from the Bangers and Cash, the Matthewsons, yeah. I've not seen that. Didn't realise he was into it. I love me rallying as well. Do love me rallying. Yeah, forgotten to say happy Mother's Day to all the mums in the chat. Absolutely 100%. Fantastic. Don't we love it? And all the dads who are mums as well. Because, you know, some people have to be both, don't they? In the same way that some mums have to be mum and dad. All the single parents, as well as the mums. Well done. If you look after any kids, fair play to you. Termos, because I'm worth it. You'd love to see the UK in summer, and it's so close, it's kind of criminal. You haven't been yet, it is. Yeah, your sister and your mum been to London a handful of times, and you only have nice things to say about it. Casper, it is beautiful. And especially if you get out and go into the countryside. The Yorkshire Dales, the Peak District, Snowdonia, Ururi, to give it its proper name. The lakes. You've seen where Steve is, East Anglia, the Fens, Durham, Northumberland. It's absolutely beautiful. And then even the southwest, some amazing places down there as well, which seems to be just a little bit out the way, and people don't really give it as much attention as they should do. There's lovely places down in the southwest as well. Joe from Barrow Motors was down in Devon, was it? He went to Land's End and then did a bit of a drive around somewhere down there. It looked amazing. Again, beautiful, beautiful blue sea, cliffs, beaches. Gorgeous, man. It's a gorgeous country. The M4 is the only motorway in Wales, and that's in South Wales, it is. I didn't know he did that. You don't watch Bangers and Cash a lot. And he's a god mammy. Mother's Day is on the 11th of May over there. There's 2 different Mother's Days, isn't there? We have ours in March. Other places have theirs in the May as well, it's mine. Your baby's a cat, I know. They haven't seen the nature in the castles. They've got 2, Casper, they've got 2, mate. Beautiful, bloody beautiful, man. Mountains, quaint little towns and hamlets. There are so many of them as well. Got the A406 motorway near you. Can't remember the other ones. It's amazing. The UK is gorgeous. I would say the British Isles. That includes Ireland, doesn't it? Absolutely stunning. Just this little collection of rocks in the North Atlantic. And they are absolutely beautiful. I quite like the fact that there's only one motorway in Wales as well. And that it's in South Wales. You don't need massive motorways in North Wales. It would spoil it. The North Wales Expressway is enough. Any more than that, you're inviting people to come and spoil somewhere that's absolutely beautiful. Morning, Jackie. Sister-in-law's from Shropshire. All right. Went around there a decent bit, like Ironbridge and Ludlow. All right. Very, very nice. Borderlands, isn't it? I live at the end of town with fields and meadows nearby, but the motorway access is only 2 kilometres away. It's nice to have a bit of both then, isn't it? Have decent access so you can get away to other places, but also not that you're just surrounded by concrete and roads. Actually, I only knew it was Mother's Day today because Ricky Gervais's cat tweeted about it. Very clever cat. The US have got Mother's Day on a different day. They haven't. It slightly confuses me. No matter how many years, it confuses me. We get to May, and everyone's going on about Mother's Day. Oh shit, have I forgotten? No, I can't have forgotten. I can't have forgotten. Yeah, you do know it's not his actual cat that's tweeting, don't you? Don't you? Sister-in-law's from Telford, not far from Wolverhampton. It's where Kev, isn't it? Kev's around there. Kevin T7 from that same area. Near the Recount. Or in the Recount, it's actually what do you call it? A voting area, a voting borough. What would you call it? Can't remember now, my brain's gone completely. No, sure, it's a salamander who did it. Always, obviously. Just hitting the buttons with his tongue. His cat's called Pickle. USA Mother's Day is also the 11th of May, right? So there must be a reason behind it. I don't know why. Yeah, Kev is in Telford, he is. Things you're learning here. This is a good stream for learning stuff. We do well here. We're doing well. Just brag about something. You came up with the Kevin T7 name. You did. It works well. It's a good name. And also, I always think it's good if, I don't know how Kev feels about it, he probably feels the same, but it's always good if your community comes up with stuff, which is why I'm happy when Steve and Helen send videos, or Ali sent some in, or Donald with the pictures, and Mandy doing all the on-screen stuff for me. It's always nice that other people get involved in it. Gives people a sense of ownership, which I hope this pub does as well, by the way. This Bears Paws thing. It's not just me. Not just me. It's us. Except I make the decisions, don't I? Obviously, you know. My name's over the doors, know what I mean? Like, didn't realise he's from round there. Yeah, I think he's from the Black Country originally, isn't he? Near Wolverhampton, or actual Wolverhampton, but he's around Telford at the moment. No, Esther, Kev is not the coffee guy. That's Adam. Kev is, he's got his own channel. Kev does a lot of music reactions, and he's doing loads of racing simulator stuff, and does the streaming as well. Yeah, next time he's live, tell him, Donald, tell him, lad. You haven't watched Kev live since that fateful night. Is that when England beat Germany 5-1? Is that fateful night? Yeah, his dad was from Mauritius, he was, wasn't he? It's an amazing place you wouldn't mind visiting as well. It would cost a fair bit to get there, I can imagine. I think we had a fella who used to come in our pub from Mauritius as well, actually. And then was it the royal family? Black Roy and his white wife. This fellow was called Roy and his wife was white. So whenever that was on the TV, it was like really weird. Do they know who he is? How are you fitting this into a show? Lovely couple. Why would you come from Mauritius to the UK though? I mean, seriously. I know probably work, isn't it? But, you know, paradise. Kirsty, you're off, no worries. Catch you later in the area. Look after the kitties, find your charger as well if you can. And get yourself prepped for Oxford. This time it will happen. It's a nice cup of tea, that. Just be careful. Get that bottle out the way. Anyway, it is Sunday. See what Jeff's been up to. Change all your clocks, peeps. Yes, he's not happy, is he? Change your clocks, all of them. Time to walk in the woods. Raw squirrels. Evil sod. In Soviet Russia, hay fever has Jeff. He's very cheekbony again this week, isn't he, Jeff? He's very cheekbony this week, is Jeff. It is hard to eat scenery. It is. So you need to go and earn a crust, literally. Jukebox is behaving itself perfectly this week. It is. You know what I mean? It is. Oh, bit of Elvis. Declan McManus and the Attractions. Pump it up. That last Jeff was very yummy. Yes. Cheekbone Jeff. I've been finding a way of getting at least a semblance of cheekbone Jeff back for you. For all you lovely ladies who seem to like him. I don't know why. What is it like about someone who's, I don't know, immortal, about 7'3", looks like he was born in the gym, beautiful, beautiful cheekbones and eyes like chipped ice. His eyes are like chipped ice. I don't get it. I don't get the love for Jeff. Yeah, definitely one for the ladies. Try and make him wink. Jeff's getting cuter. Do you see the effort I put in to make sure it's all good for you? You know what I mean? I could have left him being just evil, but no. Got me way to make him as attractive as possible. Marlene. The first pick with the spiky hair. Jeff looked a bit Gary Newman. He did. Let's have a look. Did he? Did he? Aye, did he? Where's me pics? Where's me pics? Do you know what he did? The Thingio pic. It did. That is very Gary Newman, that, isn't it? Very Gary Newman. Sorry, go on. Put the last one on for you as well. There you go. Can you swim in his eyes? Can you swim in? It's like chipped ice. His eyes are like chipped ice. That's enough. That's enough. Come on. Breathe, ladies, breathe. I did say wink. I did. I had to be very careful as well. Very careful with that. Don't be putting anything that sounds like wink into AI. Wouldn't want any of that on the channel, do we? My man. We don't need that. Yes, a bit of rudeness to our Mandy. Only I'm allowed to be rude to Mandy. That's how it works. Nice shoulders. I used to have shoulders like that. I don't mean strong, powerful, I mean blue. Terrible circulation. Oh man. I used to have decent shoulders. I still pretty much do. In terms of width and depth. They're not as powerful as once they were. Used to be fairly, not muscular, but I used to be built. Narrator's voice, he was never built. Tomash. Yes, huge credit to the Norwich City crowd. A fella proposed to his girlfriend on the pitch at half time. She said yes, and the crowd were all singing, "You don't know what you're doing." Exactly what you need, man. It happened a couple of times at Goodison Park. She said yes, and everyone went, "Boo!" I'll show you shoulders. For a mate called Shoulders. Because Shoulders, obviously. He's a doorman in town. Shoulders was asking about you. A fucking stupid name. How are things? Tom to Tom to Tom to Tom. How did the interview go? How did it feel? How are you feeling in yourself? You're alright? Yeah, absolutely. We need more of that. We need more football crowds going. We don't need any of this mushy shite going on. It went. That's a start, isn't it? It went. You'll find out before Wednesday. Jean-Gers crossed. How is Mrs. Tom? Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? And how is Domingos Duarte? El gato más guapo, Claro, claro, eh? Great win for you yesterday. Absolutely. Some good wins all round. Wrexham won as well. So they're now above Wickham. Birmingham look like they've won that league. They've got that sewn up, as you'd expect, because Birmingham are pretty much a Premier League club, aren't they, really? In all but standing. So Wrexham could come up. I'm not 100% sure that'd be a good thing, to be honest with you. As much as Rob and Ryan have done fantastic and have got plenty of cash to throw into the club, they don't have Championship money, and they certainly don't have Premier League money. Would a few seasons in League One to consolidate be a better thing? I don't know. If they come up, they come up though. You want the best for your teams, don't you? Mrs. Tom had a lovely time with her mum. Domingo had hours in the garden with you yesterday as you tidied up and planted things. Oh, what are you planting? What are you planting? He's quite happy too. Sargent can't stop scoring. Shortest way up. Oh, longest way up, shortest way down. Willie Sargent. Good player, him. I want curly hair too. Instead of fingers crossed, you say knack up break. It means snap and break. And in Sweden, it's not fingers crossed, it's thumbs held. You hold your thumb, thumbs held. Domingo can go and stop over at Esther's with Molly and Ruby in the Arch. Mullins is moaning about not playing. He is. To be fair, he's got them to where they are, but League One is a slight level above where they've been playing recently. And when you've got the likes of Steve Fletcher, sorry, Jay Rodriguez, they are Premier League centre forwards. It's difficult to get in ahead of them. Ollie Palmer's not getting the game either. Ismar's been kicking off. Messaging Ryan Reynolds, why is my son not playing? Yeah. There's no guarantee that you'd be good enough to play in those leagues. I know he has done already. Did he play for Cambridge in League One, Paul Mullins? He'll get his opportunity, and if he scores, fine. If he doesn't, then he can't stop moaning. They're in second place in the league, man. This would be the third promotion in a row. That is ridiculous. So obviously, Parky knows what he's doing. Man. Yeah, it'll be their loss if they don't take you. They will, Tomash. It'll be their loss, but they are going to take you. Break a leg is often used for stage performances in the UK, it is. If someone goes on stage, you don't wish them good luck, because that, bizarrely, is bad luck. Don't wish someone going on stage good luck. You say to them, break a leg. Maybe that's where it comes from. Is that the combined history? It comes from there. Does it come from Denmark because of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark? And then they just started using that in the same way that you can't say Macbeth. You have to say the Scottish play. Is that what it is? Would Donald ever get Molly back? That's what he wants to know. Planted magnolia, various saxifrage, dianthus and other bits from the rip-off garden centre. Bit of colour about the place now, that lovely stuff. Ooh. See, you mention flowers and I start sneezing. How mad is that? How mad's that? In Swedish you can also say lycka till, tack. Bet it's related, definitely. Tomash. Break a leg is hoping someone ends up in the cast. Oh, is that what that means? If you break your leg, you'll end up in the cast. It means you'll be in the show. Ah. It'd be a shame if MK Dons go down with that amazing stadium. Bye bye, FC franchise. Adam, been popping in, say hello, not, haven't been too well this week, still fighting it. No worries, mate. Keep fighting the James. We used to fight the James in the war. They bombed that chippy. Yeah, sneezies. Just checking. Checking there's no the raining out there as well. I take really good antihistamines. I don't know why this is happening this year. Do I need to up the dose? I don't think I can up the dose. An IBS GAD attack. Tom Ash will know what you mean, yep. I had a mate in work who was really bad with IBS. Really bad. You know it's a serious story when it starts off with... So anyway, I shit the taxi. When you can tell a story like that. Anyway, I shit the taxi, and what happened was, you shit the taxi. What's the text him? I've not heard from him in absolutely ages, man. I throw in beads so someone trips. Break a leg. I never realised it was that. There used to be I've mentioned this before, haven't I? There used to be a TV show, only like a 15-minute thing on Channel 4 with Tim Grundy, Bill Grundy's son, and it was all about etymology, where words came from, words and phrases. So it was all the things like sleep tight came from the days when beds used to be a frame with ropes hanging from them, and you'd make a mattress of blankets, horsehair, and then the more you slept on it, the more the strings or the ropes started to sag. Someone had to come in and tighten them again for you so you could sleep better, sleep tight. I used to do stuff like that all the time. Just learning about where phrases came from was amazing. I love that. I'll have to find out what it was called. I only found one episode on YouTube, which is a shame, man. Some really, really good stuff. I learned loads. Massive electrolyte issues has prompted a massive rethink. Is that because the diet, the electrolyte thing? You need to be careful, don't you? Electrolytes. Speaking of that, which I cannot speak English. Speaking of electrolytes, and my daughter being worse for wear last night on the alcohol. If you do find yourself having a bad hangover, diarrhea stuff is really good for you because it's full of electrolytes and salts, and you need to rehydrate, and those electrolytes need to be replaced. And especially if you've been vomiting the night before, you lose loads of stuff, so it needs to be replaced. It's a transitional time, yes, spring and clocks go forward. It can provoke some funny feelings. Fall back upon your routines and comforts. This too shall pass. That sounds like you should be reading that from a stone tablet there. Wise words, sage words from our medico. Oh, hello. $6,000 people over on Twitch. There he is. Over there as well. Smashing it, lid, smashing it. Beautiful outside and broken inside. The facade covers so much, doesn't it? That's the unfortunate problem. What's in a Word TV programme. That's the one. Absolutely. If you can find any episodes of What's in a Word with Tim Grundy, please, please, please try and watch it. He talks about in tennis, the word love instead of zero comes from French. L'œuf, the egg, which also in cricket, a duck, zero. If you're out for without scoring, they call it a duck because it looks like a duck's egg. Earth, l'œuf, zero. Same thing. Fantastic, isn't it? Don't you love that? What's in a word? Yeah. I found one episode where it had about 20 or 30 explanations in it. I couldn't find any more. Any more? I couldn't find any more. Have a look. Is there any more? Is there any on there? Why is it not on all four? What's in a word? Chanel fort. What is in word? Chanel fort. Please let there be more episodes on there. No, the word is on there instead, isn't it? Channel 4, the word. Tonight on the word, our after. Sporting terms, what's in a word? 15 minutes, there you go. There's one episode I can find. Please find more of them. Chanel 4, yep. In fact, you know what I've just found? Where is it? I am going to put this. Share and share alike. Now I need to find my own stream. How bad's that? No, it's not doing it. It's not doing it. It's a heap of shit. It's a heap of shit. Why can't these things work? Knobheads. You see, it was there earlier and now it's not there anymore. This is a whole heap of bullshit. Whole heap of bullshit. I'm going to find it. I am going to find it and put it back on there. I'm not having this. We're not having it. Link copied. It says link copied. If this doesn't work, we are kicking off. We are going to kick off. Know what I mean? There you go. Don't say I don't do anything for you. That there link is for that there 15 minutes program. I'll pin that. I'll pin it to the top. It's a fantastic program. It really explains where the phrases come from. I love it. I love it. That's why they only ever serve single egg omelettes in Paris, because one egg is an earth.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Very poor. Chanel number 4 you can watch. It's fantastic. It's getting warmer this week. You can see some beach grounding in your future. Just today. Being out there and with it being a little bit warmer and being light for longer, it felt completely different. A completely different vibe. Piggly Ding is not on mute. RL's on an endless shift. I asked earlier if anyone else wanted to get behind the bar and nobody has put their hand in the air. Waved it like they just don't care. Anyone else put your hand? You can go behind the bar. Beach grounding, kick the bar for you. Very nice. Which episode is that I've just put in there? It was the sporting. Have you found any other episodes than that one, Mandy? If you have, can you send them to me as well? That's the sporting terms. Looks like he's lying on a golf course, doesn't he? You went swimming and then a sauna a few weeks back. You feel amazing afterwards. Very nice. You always think of Thomas when you've had many bar kickings. There you go. Well deserved. Arse up, head down. Sounds like my wedding night. Nearly there. 82%, you are nearly there. It's almost there. It's almost there. You're just about to send that one. That's the only one I can find, to be honest with you. But if you find any others, I will keep looking. They're really, really good good programmes to watch. I don't know why Channel 4 doesn't just show them. They kind of wiped over the tapes. This is in a more digital age as well, isn't it? 1990s odd. Not like the BBC with the 60s and 70s stuff. They've got to be there somewhere. Have a look on all four, see if they're on there. Anyone tried the infrared sauna? Never tried anything like that in my life. Never tried that actual sauna either. You like things like that? Shared experience, echoes across space and time. Kicking the bar is an Aberystwyth tradition. Was it a king who was photographed with his foot on the rail at the end of the promenade and others followed suit? So where he led, you follow. I like that. I do like that, actually. Fair play. Casimir, you've tried it. You have one in an indoor pool, a town over from there. Lovely, lovely stuff. Donald, not been in a sauna for 20 years, man. I know my Swedish friend is going absolutely apeshit. Her mate has got a house further north in Sweden, and he's demolishing the sauna to put a jacuzzi in there. And that's just completely against anything a Swede would do. You have to have your sauna. Heard it was Victorian University students. Ali, never been to a sauna at all. Same here, girl, same here. Infrared sauna sounds nightmarish. You don't do well with heat. I am the same myself. Yeah, speaking of sauna, any word from Hadwig? We haven't heard from her for ages, have we? Is she alright? How's she getting on? Have a look next time, yeah. I think there's an information board with some speculation about its origin. There you go. Can't even pronounce that. Good timing for the toilet. Yes, off you go. Off you go. Go on, hurry up. You look in the Ceredigion Museum next time you're in town. Get it done, lad. Get it done. I need to sort out a trip somewhere soon. I'm just sick and tired. Life at the moment pretty much is just work for 5 days, weekend, work for 5 days, weekend, work for and on and on and on. And when I don't work, I do me streaming. And where do I stream from? The exact same chair at the same desk that I work from. We have to have some change of sceneries, man. Got to have some change of sceneries. The footy will be coming up soon, won't it? A week on Saturday, is it? We have the when's the derby? When's the derby, lad? Why don't I know our fixtures? I need to prepare for all this shite. I need to know these things. Oh no, the derby is on Wednesday. Everton Arsenal is early kick-off on Saturday. Man. And then home again 2 weeks after, is it? Yeah, 19th against City. Evil. 2 evil matches, man. Well, 3 evil matches, really. You really liked it. You used to have to be in the outdoor pool. The freezing water and then 80 degrees sauna repeatedly does something great for your body. Didn't find it different from a regular sauna. Alright, there you go. Straight from the Norse's mouth. Not Norse, he's Danish, but you know what I mean. Steam is okay, but dry heat is horrible. All heat's horrible. if you're not used to it. Be right back. No worries, Adam. No worries. Breathing is easier though because the air itself isn't boiling. Is that the big difference? Steamy is fine. Steamy windows. Football, can't wait. Stop moaning, Mandy. You love the footy streams. The chance to watch very fit young men in shorts, in tight shorts, running round to the tune of Rossi screaming and shouting. You love it, love it. Oh yes, Mandy. You can relax about the football because cricket season is almost upon us. Friday, cricket, which means obviously it's going to snow on Friday because it's like that, and that's the way it is. Huh. Never watch or go to the derby. I have been to loads of them over the years, home and away. I've been to Anfield more times than I care to imagine and think about. Been to loads of derbies at home. I've seen us win. I've seen us get beat heavily. I've seen us draw. I've seen us in the day. I've seen us in the night. I just hate them. Can't stand them. It's supposed to be enjoyable, but no, don't like them. What is this football you speak of? Fußball. Have you got your ball ready? Tomasz, have you got your ball ready? Have you been fingering your ball? Domingo was playing with it on Friday. It's been held back for the full season for him, but he found it. Can't get in the way. Oh, don't forget kippers. Actually, yeah, go on. Anyone ever tried put essential oils on the hot sauna stones? Really good for the airways. I can imagine that opens you up big time. Last Anfield derby went to was Dick Van Dijk's debut in the FA Cup. Lots of D's going on there. Can't remember the last time I went to, but I've been to plenty of them. I don't like them. I don't like them. Don't like them. Anyway, it is Sunday.
But Kipper's Vindaloo. Can't be good for you.
Once in a lifetime Iron Age hoard found in Yorkshire. Dubbed the Melsonby Hoard, more than 800 Iron Age artefacts were discovered by metal detectorist Peter Heads near the North Yorkshire village. A once-in-a-lifetime hoard of Iron Age artefacts has been uncovered by archaeologists. Dubbed the Melsonby Hoard, more than 800 items were discovered by metal detectorist Peter Heads in 2021 in 2 ditches near the North Yorkshire village of the same name. After Mr. Heads reported the location to the proper authorities, the head of archaeology at Durham University, Professor Tom Moore, was called to the site. He said it was quickly clear that the find was a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Once in a lifetime, Peter Talking Heads, there you go, because his name's Peter Heads. Peter Talking Heads, once in a lifetime. So he found it in 2021. People have been digging in there and they're finding all kinds constantly. A proper hoard. That's what every detectorist wants to find. A proper hoard, and they found him. Amazing. For all those people who think it's sad, go and watch Detectorists, the BBC sitcom. Brilliant. Very much like Bob and Paul, the same kind of vibe. Lots of beautiful scenery, but a comedy as well. Tried it once with a fella that really went all in on mint and lemon oils, and that was kind of extreme. You've got to be really careful with the oils that you're spluttering all over the stones. They can burn. Very, very careful. Yeah, stuff like that. There's so much of it around here. The amount of history beneath our feet. Your country will be the same. Anywhere, Northern Europe especially, because we've had wars against each other and things, they will be absolutely everywhere. There will be hoards all over the hockey. Anyone thirsty? Anyone want to get a drink on? Get your drink home. Get your drink home. Nice to chat about something other than Trump and Greenland. Really need a break from that. Non-stop, I can imagine it's non-stop. Absolutely. Looks very post-volcano. The amount of stuff we've literally got under our feet is just amazing. We've got the volcano type stuff where things were just... It's not proper volcanoes because we don't have them here, but we've got that kind of volcanic material buried in places. We've got the Isle of Wight is full of dinosaur bones. East Anglia, Essex is full of lots of Roman hoards. They're constantly finding things there. Northumberland, Cumbria, Hadrian's Wall, the borderlands between England and Scotland. There's lots of old stuff there as well. Just absolutely everywhere. Gorgeous, man. Surprised I haven't bought a metal detector. I can only use one hand, so I'd have to have a metal detector that was light, portable, and something where I could hang all my other tools from. Normally you need your detector and other tools to be able to carry and dig and what have you. I'd be no good. Plus I haven't got the patience to be wandering around bits of Skays brick looking for Roman hoards. A vodka Red Bull. Ooh, get yourself on that. Do you see the view from Reykjavik with the big church with an erupting volcano in the background? That is one of the most impressive countries on the planet. Genuinely. Amazing. I've not seen that yet. I'm going to have to look at it. There's a YouTuber called That Icelandic Guy, I think his name. He's a professional photographer and he does some video stuff as well. The pictures that he gets, whether it's with his camera or with the drone, just absolutely incredible. Iceland is an amazing country. The land of fire and ice. It really is. Beautiful, man. The place where you can touch the Eurasian continent and the American continent at the same time, because the continents are splitting apart. You just touch one with one hand, one with the other. It's on my bucket list at some point, Iceland. At some point. I think it happened yesterday. I'll check it out, man. Wouldn't be surprised if the Vale of Clwyd was a dormant volcano. We do have... There's no volcanoes in the UK, but we do have things that look as though they were volcanoes in the past. We're not over a hotspot. We're not over a plume. But when all the continents were together in Pangaea, it was called, we were all stuck in one big landmass. There will have been volcanic activity beneath the surface of what became the UK. So we do have some volcanic stuff there. We're just miles away from the nearest hotspot or plume. Do you know what I mean? But it wouldn't surprise me either. Iceland looks pretty out of this world. It does, looks amazing. If only they had decent summers, Iceland would be perfect. It would be. That and the fact that volcanoes erupt constantly. Brian Cox filmed The Planet. He did. It's an amazing place. And the lads from All the Gear, the YouTube channel, Ethan and Jack went over there as well. Very, very good. It's a good video, quite funny because they're really good presenters, but it looked an amazing place to go on an adventure. If I was healthy and I had people around me, I wouldn't mind doing that. That kind of place. Fly over to Iceland, have a drive around, film a load of shizzle, have an adventure, come home. It might encourage my steps, a metal detector. It might do, actually. Good thinking. Iceland, your bucket list too. You want to see the Northern Lights? Lotto win this week and we'll all go. There you go. I'll get us a sharabang to Iceland. You too. It's an amazing place. Looks amazing, man. My mate at the fire of... I can't speak. Land of the Midnight Sun half marathon in Iceland, in Reykjavik. He was so enamoured of it, he wanted to go back. Don't know if he's been yet. I haven't spoken to him too much. But freezing cold and being in a hot pool, being warm and cold at the same time. Totes amazeballs. Until World War II, Iceland was part of Denmark. Some of them still have Danish at school. Wish they were still part of the kingdom. Such a gorgeous place. Alas, they can no longer be. Start in my back garden. I'd be feared of digging that up in case we found anything. Would you not worry about digging the garden up and finding, I don't know, bones and things? We'll win the lottery and go and have a steamy sauna under the aurora. That's I like. It's a good phrase, that one. A steamy sauna under the aurora. Could that be an 8-mile radius? B-side, perhaps? Who knows, or dares to ask? Cheap viewers on stream boo again. Remove the space. Now you're alright. Structural Associates H6JS. But thank you nonetheless. My Twitch following will have to be organic. Tonight's episode, Nick does indeed pierce the gas main and disrupts half of Southport. No. I clicked the wrong button. Click the wrong button. You could almost hear me there for a while. We don't want that. They have a Midnight Sun golf tournament that you've always wanted to try, even though you've basically only played golf twice. There's not much, unless you're really into your golf, there's not much of a pull or a draw to take you to a Danish or British golf course, unless you're really into it. However, playing golf at midnight in the sun in Iceland, whether you like golf or not, you would go and play, wouldn't you? I think that'd be the thing to drag you there. Metal detector, the clues in the name. Yes, but when you start digging to find metal and there's bones under there, and you suddenly find out that the police have put a tent over your back garden, that'll be my worry. Know what I mean? That's what I'm worried about. Southport seems to be a little bit of a place like that. All kinds of secrets here. All kinds. Banhammer. Didn't he write the Miami Vice theme tune? That was Jan Hammer. Morning Jackie. Morning Steve-O, Steve-O, Steve-O. What did you hear? That was me playing on another computer monitor coming through the speakers. Hey-ho, 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 hey-ho. The Echo was the Liverpool newspaper. Final Echo. See, what happens is, if I click this button here, what you hear is me talking. And then it just keeps on echoing and echoing and echoing, and we don't need that. We don't need any of this shite. Be a good stream now, it would, wouldn't it? Me being dragged away by the police, handcuffed, because there was bones found from someone who was removed from the gene pool 20 years before I was born. That's just my kind of luck, isn't it? I heard nothing. What's in the garden episode? We could do a what's in the garden episode. There's not much in the garden. Apart from a worm named Wiggly Woo. You heard that one, see? Nuke is in Greenland. Actually has a golf course. Be worried there. Love to try that as well. Reykjavik and Nuke are exactly the same line of latitude. I get annoyed whilst metal detecting archaeology. Right, it wasn't very poor.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
But you're having that anyway, very poor indeed. That's fantastic. Archaeology. We could do that. Write that down, someone. Mandy, write that down. Write down archaeology. Maybe I'll just go somewhere Just take a trowel with me in the middle of nowhere. Just start digging until we find something. Archaeology, there you go. It is Wiggly Woo. See, you knew it as well. The worm at the bottom of the garden. There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, and his name is Wiggly Woo. It's Jeff. It's always Jeff. You want to dig up snitches? Snitches get stitches, man. Newark was mentioned here. Those Yanks weren't allowed to go there, just the military base. Weren't they trying to find places to go to? People's houses, and nobody wanted to have anything to do with them. And that prick Vance turned up, not in a suit. Isn't that something that's not allowed? Where's your respect, Vance? They fucking hate Europe, don't they, the Americans? I don't mean the Americans, obviously. The American people are sound. It's just the people in charge at the moment, I mean. When I say the Americans, I don't mean our Americans. I don't mean for our friends. I don't mean just the average person in America. They don't hate us. Do you know what? I don't even think the administration hates us. They're seeing an opportunity to make money. Like after 9/11, the whole world just went to America. Right, do you need help? Do you need our servicemen? Do you need our armies? Yeah, come on, we'll help you. Let's go and sort this out. Nobody ever sent them in a bill saying you owe us this money. No one done that because we were helping them out. After World War II, the US government sent us a bill, which we finished paying off in about 2015. You don't do that. It's a fucking world war. You don't charge your allies for helping out in a world war. No one else did. I think they see an opportunity to make a bit more money. The people in charge at the moment. Nope. Don't do that. You don't do that. You don't piss off your allies, because if something else happens over there and we are all needed again, we'll all just say no. And you can't fight the entire world by yourself. Even the Germans couldn't. Watching Tony Robinson dig up grass. I can't watch him in anything these days apart from Blackadder. Horrible little shit. Tracy Ann Oberman. Francis Barber. Shower of bastards. Eddie fucking Marson. We could have had a really, really nice society in this country. But no. We can't vote for him. He supports Palestine. Therefore, we'll say he's an anti-Semite. Wankers. Fucking hate them. Absolutely hate them all. Vance. JD Vance. Never ever have anybody anywhere near the presidency who is named JD Vance. You can't have someone who sounds like a radio fucking Caroline disc jockey, can you? Prick. They asked if they could come, and Greenland and Denmark said no way, and they came anyways. I would say that was an aggressive act on their behalf. They used to have 17 bases, did they? Scaled it down to 1. Not Denmark or Greenland's choice. They need to be really careful, the US. They've got bases all over the world, and they're annoying some of the people in whose places they have those bases. And if you want to be the world's peacekeeper, you can't really afford people to be telling you to piss off from their country, because how else are you going to fly around the world unless you can stop at bases along the way? I really feel sorry for your average American public nowadays. They might have voted, some of them might have voted for Trump. They never voted for this fucking lunacy that's in charge now, though. And they're getting the backlash. No need for it, man. Just be sound. His wife wanted to go sightseeing, but no. Not welcome. Small win. JD Vance, sportswear shop attempts own brand. Proper cheap shit that falls apart under the first little bit of scrutiny. Yeah, if they make a move on Greenland, Russia will make a move on Svalbard. You don't dare what else. That's the whole point, isn't it? All of this is done from Putin. Destabilise the European Union, because the European Union is too strong. They can't fight against it. There's too many of us. interfere in Brexit. That way you take the UK out the way. That's one bit of it gone. Then try and get Germany or France out the way as well. Then the whole thing will collapse. That's why they're spending so much money on buying right-wing votes, right-wing parties. That's why they bought the American election. They bought Brexit. They're trying to... Musk's already talked about it, hasn't he? Trying to buy reform to be in charge of the UK. So that Russia can go and do what they want. The states can do what they want. It's a huge game of risk. The UK should join back with Europe and just say, fuck you to the rest of the world. We're sticking on our own. Everyone's sneaked away, they have. All sneaked. Don't forget Horace. Don't forget the H, man. That's not a H, but you know what I mean. Yes, we'll have to check out Horace. What's he done? What's he been writing? With longer days here, the chance to have adventures has increased greatly. Well said. Well said. That's a beautiful little haiku there, Horace. Well done. Pop to the loo, me darling. Pop to the loo, my darling. The way the big countries act these days are like a child seeing another child steal and think, well, if Tim can steal a candy bar, so can I. Exactly. There's no need for it. You would have thought, this is the problem as well, by the way, of a world war being now so long ago, 80 years ago. When it was closer, the whole world realised we can't go down that route yet again. Whereas now, no one remembers it. No one remembers it. So it's just, oh, it doesn't matter. That's why you've got Nazis walking around all over the place. Imagine being one of those US veterans, the people that came over and fought against them fuckwits, and they're wandering around your own country now with flags and little fucking arm banners and stuff. Must be horrific. Absolutely horrific. Your question is, what do Russia, Trump want? Money? How much do they need? Power? Aren't they powerful enough? They're two of the most insecure people on the planet. So they need more power, they need more money. A real rich man or woman is rich not because of how much they have. It's not money, it's not power. It's what you have in terms of life, health. Your wealth is your friendship, your family. What you gain every single day just by being in the open air. What you gain from reading a book. It's not how much money you have. That's bullshit. That's what insecurity leads to. Much wants more. Much wants more. It's always the same. Musk, richest man on the planet, not good enough. Has to go and buy a country. Then what does he want? What's the end game? There is no end game. Gary Stevenson's right here. There can never be, unless we fight back, there'll never be an end to it until the 1% is all that matters and the rest of us are in some kind of Hunger Games, Squid Game scenario. We need to start taking the money back off these bastards, and the land shouldn't be theirs, it should be ours. That's the end game, isn't it? They want the 1% to be the 1% and everyone else, doesn't matter whether you live or die. And of course that's why Musk is trying to go to Mars, so he can own Mars. That makes him more rich than everyone on Earth again then, doesn't it? Someone else will try and go and claim another planet. Well, we own Venus now, and that's bigger than Mars, so that means we're richer than you. Well, I'm going to go and get Jupiter, and then we're going to get Saturn. Little men with little willies. That's all they are. What it all boils down to, isn't it? It's a dick swinging competition, and theirs aren't big enough. Always want more, more, more. Pricks. Is Horatio actually going to have a picnic this year? Oh, man, yeah. Remind me of that. Write that one down as well. We can take him out. Kippers, or maybe not so much because he is fairly big, like, but Horace can come out and have a picnic. Horace could come to the beach. Let's go to the beach. More. How do you like it? Yes, you can all feck off to Mars if it means we can continue living in our paradise here. They're trying to burn this planet down. They'll go to Mars, they'll ruin that planet as well. They're just insecure scum. Subhuman scum, that's all they are. Gabshites. As long as you can have Mars. Yeah, he stays there, you can have it. Just sold X to his AI company for 45 billion. He sold it to himself. Who is he? Chelsea. Why has he done that? Was it linked to Tesla by any chance? And Tesla is crashing. Does he think that tying it to his AI company means it'll survive longer? Because Tesla at some point is going to implode. It's been overvalued anyway. And he's leveraged absolutely everything against Tesla stock. Has he had to do that? Sold it to himself. He'll sell it to himself. He'll then take his money out of Tesla. Tesla will implode. SpaceX will possibly implode as well because that's also been leveraged against Tesla stock, which will be worth nothing. He sold it to himself for a reason. He borrowed the money in the first place, richest man on the planet. I don't even think he's actually rich. I just think he owns a lot of stock in things. If he could sell up, he'd be minted, but he isn't. Rather have a Milky Way. The treat you can eat between meals without ruining your appetite. Lost over 100 billion, is still the richest man in the world. That's as skewed as it can be. There's no need to have a billion of anything. No need at all. There shouldn't be billionaires. He's on the way to becoming a trillionaire. He shouldn't be trillionaire. There shouldn't be trillionaires in the world. There shouldn't be anything close to it. The distribution of wealth is absolutely disgusting. It needs redistributing. Watch more Gary Stevenson stuff. He'll tell you exactly what's happening. He destroyed everyone on Question Time, didn't he? And they hated it, all the poshos. Because he just went on there and started spitting facts and they couldn't deal with it. Man's a ledge. See the thing about Musk's AI, calling him an idiot. Yeah, but even Grok knows he's an idiot. Wow. Yeah, that is the danger. They are too powerful, or appear so. Desperation to hold on to the power at any cost. They are completely too powerful, but then so was the French royal family and the aristocrats over there. And look what happened to them. They lost a lot of weight from the neck upwards because the peasants decided, no, we're not having that. There's more of us than there is of you. Doesn't matter how much money you've got, there's more of us. And when there's more of us than you, we will take your money back off you. We'll take your resources back off you. If the American people got sick of this and wanted to take back their country, they could do. They're not going to do it from voting for people. Just take stuff back. They're already starting with a Tesla takedown. Genuinely, there's so many people in that country. If they wanted to actually sort things out, they would just take it all back. Turn up at SpaceX, turn up at Tesla. We're taking this. It's not yours anymore. Things would change. 1 billion, that's enough to make 1,000 millionaires. No one needs 1 million, but 1,000 millionaires. Mad, innit? What was that song again? Drops of Jupiter it was. Yeah, Putin and some of the Saudi princes will have 1 trillion squirreled away. Endlessly frustrating. Tax appropriately, stop cutting benefits, tidy them up, got to be done, yeah. There's money out there in the wrong hands. Ali out, no worries, bon nuit mon chéri. When you get that powerful, you become untouchable. Times have changed since the last French Revolution. They have, but they haven't. The people can take back, whenever they feel like it, the people can take back anything. Because to fight back against the people, who do you use to fight back against the people? The police. The police are the people. The army are the people as well. You need people to fight on your behalf, and if they're fighting with the people rather than you, you take it all back. Are you going to pay your taxes, or shall we get the guillotines out? They would soon change their tune. The UK did. The rich people did in the UK during the times of the French Revolution. They started paying a tax, and they survived. We're now getting to the point where it comes back again. Are you going to start paying your taxes, or will we have to be punitive with your chin? I don't think they can in the US. So many people were so desperate. They are, but at some point, that 1% will take over too much, and everyone underneath will band together and go, right, we're not having it anymore. We're not having it. We're not having it. Yeah, there are 10 times the people in the EU than there are in Russia. The combined military might of the EU is 3 times the size of Russia. And substantially newer it is. Part of the reason why Putin wants to fracture the EU into 1 million bits. If the EU sticks together, Russia can't win a war. The States couldn't come over and win a war. There's too many people, there's too much. Like you say, the technology that we use is top of the range technology. We've got some of the best armies on the planet with a huge amount of people. The only way Russia can fight against that is by fracturing the EU, and then he can start picking off Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, country by country, go back to the old Soviet Union. Then they'll come for Poland, Austria, Switzerland. That's what they're after, isn't it? That's what they're after. Richest man in the world is a right-wing man from apartheid South Africa with a dad that had kids with Elon's half-sister and had an Opel extorting the African workers. Yeah. He did. It's exactly what it is. And then the quote of the century for me was, Elon can't be racist. He got on really well with some of the slaves. Some of the servants that they had. For fuck's sake, man. Can Horace kick the jukebox? He did. A new Horace kicking. This should have changed by now. I think it's gone knackered, hasn't it? The last little bit at the end, last little kick. There you go, it's changed. He's done it. Yeah, but the whale's gone mad. Makes you wonder if the fear Russia line is to have an EU army. That one again, yeah. We do need to fear Russia because they are getting involved far too much. And if we let Ukraine fall, what's next? But the same people who are behind Farage, reform and all that in the UK are behind Trump over in the States, Steve Bannon over here, Andy Wigmore, Aaron Banks, all them lot, Farage. All the money seems to trickle back to Russia. Why does Putin want American help dismantling the EU? Why does he want it? Makes you think, doesn't it? I like the fact that several women said his John Thomas was Frankenstein-esque because of a botched enlargement surgery. Filthy, filthy, filthy. It's just ridiculous how thin-skinned these people are. How can you be so insecure? If you're the world's richest man, how can you be so insecure? Fucking madman. Denmark, hope they won't bow to Trump over Greenland. I don't think they will. I genuinely think the world has changed in the last few months. That the special relationship that we had with the States is over. Canada is well and truly pissed off with them. A lot of Europe are just saying the same thing. Don't deal with them anymore. They can't be trusted. And then this special relationship that's been built up over hundreds of years is gone because of 2 absolute fuckwits who are in charge. And like I say, they need to be careful because after 9/11, the US needed help from other countries around the world to deal with what they were dealing with. If you piss off the entire world when someone starts coming and causing trouble in your country, you can't then start counting on other people to help you. You've alienated them all. You don't want that to happen, man. Something's got to change over there. Something's got to change. Yeah, like a 12-year-old edgelord trolling on Twitter day in and day out. Just thin-skinned. And then he's with his best mate, who's also one of the most thin-skinned people on the planet. Trump. And the tallest president. Fucking 5 inches shorter than Abraham Lincoln, like, but he's the tallest president. He's the fastest runner. He's got the bigliest lexicon. He wants the rare earths and the diamonds and being closer to the EU. Yep. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Here the sentiment is, might have to use military force. That's what the politicians are telling you. Yeah. They're not putting up with it. Doesn't matter how big the country that's invading is. Don't put up with it. Denmark are fucking stupid, man. Denmark have planes. Denmark have armies. Denmark have people who are willing to fight for their country. And then if you do invade, you're invading a NATO country. So according to the rules and regulations, the NATO countries have to jump in and help. Which is a bit weird because the States are one of the NATO countries at the moment as well. Loser on the jukebox. Is that Jeff's opinion? Loser's a boss tune, man. It's now changed though, or it will do. Does Denmark have a big army? They've got an army. They've got an army of enough people to go and have a fight over in Greenland. We know that. They sent 90 police officers to Nuuk after Shady Vance's wife said she wanted to see the dog sled race. Europe will be right behind each other. World War III is just round the corner. I hope you know that. Thank you, Elon. Thank you, Donald. You absolute pair of fucking sociopaths. The whale's gone mad. Jeff had it again. The Killer Moon. Have I watched Donnie Darko yet? I haven't. I've got it saved on me me Dog and Bone, my Al Toblerone. We have to save the bacon, we do. The Danish should get together with the Canadians and then we could have Canadian bacon. What an army. World War III incoming. Can you get on my shoulders for the league trophy parade? You can indeed. Did I watch the Pitch Shifter track? I did. I also listened to the Pendulum remix. And what else did I listen to? I wrote everything down, didn't I? I listened the other day. Voodoo People, yeah, remix as well. I did. Very good indeed. Very good indeed. My throat's starting to go now, so I think I have to clean things up. Afro Celt, what do you call me? I don't think I don't know. Whatever I wrote down, I listened to it the other day, which was nice. So, dancing shoes ready. Dancing shoes ready. Are you ready? Yeah, come on, let's do this thing.
Another great night here at the Bears Paws. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. We've had a good chat and told the odd joke. Now get in our hot tub for a ghost
And that's that.